on the fourth leg. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion.
I got through. I'm happy, so.
I've got unfinished business and I'll try my hardest to try and win this.
And that's what it's all about, winning. Everyone remembers winners. You don't remember runners-up in finals.
The same target that Smith has just missed is the one that Adam Gavlas hits.
Game shot in the
and finds it with his first dart. That will give him a good feeling now.
John has.
Game shot.
Hallelujah! The Joker is back, winning legs.
Game shot on the second leg.
Brilliant dart.
Jeff Smith.
Under the pump the entire game.
Shot.
That was outstanding.
It's Friday night here at the Modus Super Series, the last chance for players to make it through to Champions Night tomorrow. Group B is about to reach its conclusion. Hi there, good evening, welcome along to Friday's fun. It was a thrilling afternoon session in Group C when two more players booked their names at Champions Night. Graham Usher earlier in the week winning Group A. This afternoon, Vincent van der Voort was watching the action, and Vincent, we saw Andy Hamilton and Jimmy Van Schie make it through in what was a really nail-biting finish.
Yeah, it was really entertaining to watch as well. At one point, you had 4 players on 10 points, and one of them 8. So it was so close together, and yeah, they had to fight, all of them. Nobody had an easy run to make it to the final.
Yeah, and there were big moments, weren't they? Jimmy Van Schie against Danny Van Tripe having one of them.
Yeah, I think if he would have missed that 1-4-8, he would probably lose the match, and it wouldn't go through probably. So, yeah, he was a little bit lucky there, but also class to do it in that time.
Yeah, he's got a big fan club here and a score to settle, having been a runner-up before to Marvin van Velzen. Andy Hamilton spoke about a lot of runners-up in his career as well. He wants to get his hands on a trophy. Did his experience show in the end?
Yeah, and his fighting spirit. He's always been a fighter, and you can see that he loves the game, he loves to compete, and he was up for the challenge. I mean, in the beginning of yesterday evening, everybody said he's not going to make it, he's inconsistent, he's not showing the form that he did 10, 15 years ago. But yeah, in his head, he's still that player, and that showed today in his experience. And the interview afterwards, that he says that he still loves the game, he loves to compete. Yeah, that's what you need, and that's what you want.
It could have been Shane McGurk. In fact, he'll think it should have been him. He was brilliant this afternoon, but again, moments, and he missed those 4 match darts to beat Andy. That put paid to his chances. He
was by far the best player of the afternoon, but he messed up 2 matches. The first one against McGee, he should have won 3-1 up, 4 match darts, and against Andy Hamilton, 4 match darts. So yeah, he should be gutted really, because he played so well. You could see why he's the BDO, the WDF world champion. He showed that today, and I think if he would have made it, he would be probably the favourite for tomorrow. But now he's out.
Yeah, 99 average for the day. Didn't make it through. Confirmation that it is Jimmy Van Schie and Andy Hamilton that have come through from Group C. They'll join Graham Usher, the Group A winner, at Champions Night tomorrow. John O'Shea, Jurjen van der Velde, Adam Gavlas, Derek Coulson and Jeff Smith are all going to fight it out this evening to see who will join them. Part of our commentary team tonight, Paul Nicholson and Matthew Edgar, and they are actually in the walkway where the players will make that walk towards the stage. And I just wonder, Paul, what will the feelings be like when they stood there ready to get on tonight, knowing it's the last chance? A bit of nervousness?
Yeah, I think there will be a few nerves when they come onto the stage. I think it depends on how many points you've got. But the fact is, now is the time to really hit home what you can possibly do. And Matt, last night we saw some people making a statement in Group B. We saw some great darts from Group C this afternoon. this is the moment to really kick in, isn't it?
Yeah, time's up. There's no more opportunities now. After today, we will know the lineup for the final 6 to see who's going to be taking the £25,000. We know the lineup from Group C, that's done. We've only got tonight, last opportunity. And you've got to put everything into this. Even if you're John O'Shea, sat at the bottom of the table, he can draw inspiration from what happened this afternoon with Richard McGee, who came into it looking completely out of it and played himself into an opportunity where he's going into a game to put himself into one of those positions. So, although on paper it looks like it could be done, everyone's still in the running.
It's an empty room right now, and it feels quite warm. The forecast for tomorrow is quite warm again. This is something they just have to make peace with, isn't it? Because it's not going to change.
No, exactly that. When we're down here, I mean, I'm a little bit uncomfortable just standing down here at the moment. There's a lot of things that are warm down here. Then when you put the people in here tomorrow, it's a sellout. That's going to add heat. The lights are going to add heat. But then also the pressure. That's going to make you feel it. That's going to make you aware of the room and the surroundings. But we can't change the room. So you've got to change how you approach it.
Well, 2 players are going to be standing in this very spot in about 25 hours' time with the possibility of £25,000 going their way. But it is going to be warm in here. It's going to be even hotter when this room is full of people. And with Jimmy Van Schie as part of the Saturday night action, he is definitely going to be bringing an army.
He certainly is, but who is going to be joining him on the stage? Vincent, let's have a look at the table as it was left at the end of last night. Gavlas and Coulson on 6 points, but there's only 2 separating 4 players. It does look like 3 players are coming from the top 4, doesn't it?
Yeah, John O'Shea is out of it. I mean, he's got no points and minus 13, so he'll get a hell of a job to do. So he probably he only has to look at 1 match at a time and try to win some points. But to be fair, you will think it's the top 4 and then one of them is going out.
Going on last night, Adam Gavlas was probably the best performer, I suppose.
Oh yeah, definitely. I thought he made a massive impression. The first match, 105 average. Jurgen threw everything at him with 106 average, but couldn't win a leg. So that what showed how good he is. And the first 3 matches were amazingly good from him. The last match was a little bit off, and he might have thought, oh, there's no problem, I'm on the top of the table, but maybe today it will cost him.
Yeah, will Jurgen feel a little bit disappointed? Obviously, that kind of game is hard to take, but to have 2 wins, do you think he will feel he deserved more?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he played really well all through all matches, and and only got 2 wins. That was disappointing for him, but he has to figure out what happened, because if you played that well and you get only 2 wins, then you're doing something wrong at the right times. You have to be there when it really matters, and sometimes you can hit a high average because you had a high score, but it doesn't matter anymore in the leg. So he has to figure out what to do so he can win matches, because the form is there.
Yeah, in terms of the stats, they show that John O'Shea was way off the pace. He's since said that he struggled with the heat last night. You can see only 20% on the doubles. But if you look at Adam Gavlas, Vincent, not just the high average, but 52%, that's going to win you a hell of a lot of darts matches.
Oh yeah, the double percentage is really, really good. But I mean, yeah, that is professional stuff. And his average at 96 is also brilliant. So if he can maintain that form, he will go through, no problem.
But the bookies haven't actually got him as favourite. They've gone with Derek Coulson at 11-10. Can you see the thinking behind them favouring Derek over Adam?
Yeah, because Derek has been here more often, and they know how reliable he is and how consistent he is. And I got the feeling every time he's in a group, he's always top. He's always the top favourite. So I get that, but I think Derek will go through as well.
And he is going to be in action in the opening match. If you are going to have a bet, by the way, please do gamble responsibly. It's 18+, gambleaware.org. Coulson takes on Jeff Smith in the opening match of the evening, and time is running out for those who want to make it through to Champions Night, which is just now 1 sleep away. Here we go then. It is the final session of qualifying for Champions Night here at the Live Lounge. Series 11 will reach its crescendo tomorrow, but we still need to determine half of the field. A couple of players that are trying to make it through on the stage right now, Derek Coulson and Jeff Smith. Eddie Mason, the referee, joining them. He'll be overseeing proceedings this evening and guiding you through the first couple of matches. Matthew Edgar and Paul Nicholson.
I'm not going to lie, Murph. I'm starting to get a bit excited. I don't know about you. I don't know about Matthew Edgar to my left and to Vincent van der Voort in the studio, but if we're feeling this way, how are the players feeling? The thing is, in about 25 and a half hours, we might know the name of our champion in Series 11. It could be Jeff Smith, who turns 50 this year and has got grand plans for his bullseye birthday. But he's got a very tough task on his hands in this first game of the night, because Derek Coulson, with the exception of Tuesday, has been really, really good this week. They know exactly what they have to do tonight. If you're Coulson, you get yourself 2 wins, you'll be there. If you're Smith, if you get 3, you'll be there.
First leg, Derek to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, I agree fully. That very, very excited. Looking forward to seeing how this one pans out. I think there's going to be lots of very intriguing twists and turns. I do think John O'Shea is going to play a part somewhere, whether he gets himself back into
96.
it or whether he disturbs it for everybody else.
$57.
In his first game yesterday, Jeff Smith got off to a flyer, but he had to wait until game 3. Tonight, he's playing roughly 30 to 40 minutes earlier. That shouldn't really make any difference, should it, with someone of his experience?
No, and experience has been winning the day, hasn't it? Andy Hamilton showing all of it. Graham Usher showing it in Group A. Positive previous experiences, not just here at the Super Series, but beyond, seem to be helping for the winning formula. And with that in mind, you'd put Jeff Smith as one of the front runners to get through this group tonight.
60.
Playing some really
Derek
good darts of late.
124.
Waited the longest to come back for Champions Week after winning week 1, but Coulson off to a very typical start here.
56.
If Smith is going to take this first leg, he's going to need a lot of mistakes from Coulson. There haven't been a great deal of first games this week where Derek has stuttered.
59.
Maybe this
Derek
is
requires
just
68.
one of those legs you have to submit. Their game last night was really competitive. Went all 7 legs. It'll be interesting to see how long this one goes. Double 16 for the first leg for Derek.
52.
And if you're Jeff Smith right now, you can use this visit as a gauge for the next leg, potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. Not everyone hits the ground running, do they? Some players just a little bit slower to get into it. And
58.
when you are like that, you
Derek
prefer to actually be
requires
against the
16.
darts in the opening leg because it doesn't do any real damage to the game. Some players traditionally used to give the bullseye away, didn't they?
Game shot in the first leg.
No bullseyes
Derek
here, though. It's
Coulson.
just all assigned to the players. And it's Derek Coulson's turn to throw first today. And he cashes it in
Second
on leg number 1.
Jeff to throw first. Game on.
And let's face it, Matt, you would never give the bull away in best of 7 legs.
No. A longer format, you can be tempted to it, can't you? But you don't have a lot of
60.
time in a best of 7. But straight away, I can notice there's a different vibe about Derek Coulson already tonight, isn't it? You see him give that little G up as well there at the back of the stage. We said there's no more opportunities.
100.
Time has run out. It's now you either go or you go home.
I hate to state the obvious,
97.
but the fact is, of the 3 people who have made it already, all of them have got a mission of going better than before. Graham Usher, finalist in Series 1, wants it. Jimmy Van Ski, finalist in Series 8, wants it. Andy Hamilton, first Champions Night. He really wants that title. He was saying it this afternoon to Henry Deacon.
83.
And Coulson is no different because he's been to Champions Nights but hasn't been to the final game yet. But if you were to offer him right now, make the final but don't win the title, he'd say, no thanks. I want the lot.
85.
I think the reason you're probably getting excited, and myself included here, is, you know, in the past we've had some people that have come here and have been successful here, but it feels like it's just part of the journey, just part of the course.
140.
With the players we've already got in, I can describe them all in one word: hungry.
Some of these players have been here since the early days. Some people like Coulson, though, they had to wait a while to join this project.
Jeff requires 121.
Smith could use this to stop himself from going 2-0 down. Old school. Bull. Bingo.
Game shot in the second leg.
Just what he needed.
Jeff Smith.
And that's his biggest strength. Give him a shot. He will take it. Last night,
Third leg.
he was 44.8% in his doubles, and that is world class. But then you look at Gavlas and what he did, and he was better than world class.
And that was the story we painted yesterday, wasn't it? Essentially, Derek Coulson we expected to go through. And then, as part of that, we had that scorers versus the finishers sort of story that the stats suggested, based on the last 20
40.
performances they've had here at the Super Series before getting to Champions Week.
Do you know what proves your point more than anything else? It's the game between these two in the early hours of this morning.
91.
Because Jeff Smith was 3 out of 3 on the doubles. And Coulson, almost 100 average. He didn't miss much in the outer ring either.
97.
But he scored about 5% better. I'm starting to believe, and I've reserved this comment for a long time. Maybe about 18 months, but I can't hold it in anymore. Derek Coulson is better than I ever thought he was.
I will second that then. Because he's one of those players, isn't he, that
84.
you're now a believer of. But when you first saw him, you thought, oh, that was good, well done. You know, and then he's again, you're like, okay, you're getting some attention now, but is this a patch or is this you? And now we're at that point where it's just like, okay, we've bought in. We're believers in Derek Coulson.
Are you going to do it? Are you going to bat the desk twice, just like Joe Hendry?
Well, he's already appeared, so...
He hasn't got the right amount of syllables in his name, though.
Derek
So we can't give him the walk-on
96.
or the treatment. Let's see if this 96 appears. It probably will.
Game shot in
Say the
third
number,
leg.
and it appears.
Derek Coulson.
Stone
Fourth
cold
leg.
Derek
Jeff to
Coulson,
throw
more like.
first.
Hits the
Game
shot, takes the leg in 14 darts, and not a bead of sweat on his brow. In what is undeniably
140.
possibly the warmest conditions that this place has had all year.
And as we mentioned at the start of the show, you can be in a warm room and you can find some degree of comfort. But when you're trying to concentrate, when you're trying to apply a skill, when you're in a game, you become so much more aware of it. And naturally, your own body temperature goes up as well.
91.
Just to give some sort of indication as to how these players will be feeling. Imagine trying to take a work call when you're working from home,
57.
but the heating in your house goes up by a degree every 2 minutes. And you can't show any emotion. You can't show any discomfort.
60.
You just got to get on with it. And one of the benefits of having experience in this building is that this won't be new. You think about where Jeff Smith has played in his career, Madison Square Garden, Southern Canada. It gets really hot in that part of the world when they're playing tournaments at this time of year.
97.
So I don't think this is going to affect Jeff. but it will affect some, and it definitely affected John O'Shea last night.
Exactly, it'll affect some is the perfect way of putting it, because just because the environment's the same doesn't mean everyone is the same in it.
167.
I really don't like that point or that way. Well, it's the same for everybody, but not everyone's got the same body composition. Not everyone reacts the same. Some people don't even like heat. Some people love the cold. Some people love it. It's very personal. So I think when an environment goes beyond neutral, it'll benefit some more than others.
Yeah, from a scientific point of view, it's not the same for everybody because the environment is the same, but the vessel isn't. 51 tops. Not this time, and Coulson gets a chance to stretch it to 2.
78.
These are the exact moments I've been describing all day as being the moments when we've got these very evenly matched players that separate them. Well, you might just get the one dart, and I've been saying 72, ironically.
52.
This game is almost the same
32.
as last night. But Jeff has missed a double now. Not for long.
On the 4th leg. Jeff Smith.
Jeff is hanging on with everything he's got. There's a difference of nearly 17 in the averages.
5th leg.
But that doesn't matter.
Game on.
Living up to the billing, isn't it? Just see a boxing style poster, both of them giving each other a good stare down with scorer versus finisher written all across the top.
57.
Is that your way of saying that if Derek Coulson was in Mortal Kombat, he'd be Sub-Zero?
60.
I think he'd make a good Shang Tsung.
Welcome to the Modus Super Series and lines you never thought you would hear. That may be the most niche reference in the history of sport.
And one I actually got.
Who was the one that said, finish him?
That was just a voiceover.
That was just the voiceover.
140.
Okay. So it doesn't really fit for Jeff then. He's more like Ahmed the Dead Terrorist. Silence! I finish you.
Jeff Smith would be Raiden.
58.
I think we might have found a tangent here, Mr. Edgar. Smith has found more than a tangent. He's found a route
37.
to a potential break of throw. The one time in this game that Coulson has slowed down just a little bit, he seems to have timed this run very, very well. And Coulson has made a big mistake here.
96.
Even with a 134, he was leaving 159.
It all started turning, really, didn't it, from that miss 72?
How good was that treble 18?
And I cannot believe that the number I keep chucking out as my assessment number, 72, is here again for another big moment.
60.
72 won Michael van Gerwen's first world title. That was 11 and a half years ago. And he did it this way, on tops.
Game shot
just like that. 3-2 lead for Smith. If he wins one of the next 2 legs, he goes to 6 points with Gavlas and Coulson. And all 3 of them
game on
will be within 2 wins of Saturday night. Because
97.
If you get to 10 points, you're going to be okay. At least you should be. Maybe I shouldn't say that after what we saw this afternoon. Because at one point, the 5th place person with just over a round to go was still in this event.
I wouldn't be surprised if we had something very similar tonight where it's going to be decided very, very late.
93.
John O'Shea, Van der Velde coming up next, and that is a very important game because as things stand, the top 3 there, qualifying positions, live table, that involves Jeff Smith at the moment because he's winning this game. If he converts it, they're all on 6. So this starts to be a points cut.
All I'm seeing here are 6s and 4s. It's like England versus India again.
140.
Just shy of a finish. If Coulson can take 221 in 6, we're talking about leg 7 between these two again. They are so evenly matched.
99.
Well, there you go. It's
Derek
72
requires
again.
116.
It keeps coming up. But does he even get a look at it? Now he does.
100.
Lost to Coulson in
Jeff
the early
requires
hours of Friday.
72.
To start his night with a win. He needs to do it again.
$48.
That could be massive.
Derek requires 16.
Because this is to break. He's going to have the darts on the last leg.
Derek Coulson.
How does Smith bounce back from 2 mismatched darts?
And you always fancy it as well when you hit the treble with the first dart. It just
Game on.
makes you feel invincible when you're going for that double. Jeff Smith, frustrated.
Why do I get the feeling he would have maybe preferred to have had 1 dart at tops instead of 2 at 12s?
120.
Welcome to 120 floor.
What a time to have a bounce out as well in the deciding leg.
85.
And it makes a significant difference because even if that was a 20, he could just hit tons now to get down to a finish. Now he needs an extra treble.
$58.
Last night Coulson averaged just over 90. Throughout the week, he's been about 3 or 4% better than that.
100.
Here he's just got to keep Smith at a distance. 1 treble visits might not be good enough here for Jeff. If Coulson keeps finding that first dart, then everybody's got a problem tonight.
100.
Look at the disappointment with the ton right there. He knew that was a 140 or 180 begging to be hit. If this is what tonight's going to be like, get yourself a drink and do not leave us. What a climax we're going to have in game 1. Who said this was a young person's game? Average age of well over 50.
99.
These two are playing
Jeff
at the peak of their powers.
136.
Who wins it? We saw a game this afternoon won with a 148 by Jimmy Van
Derek
Schie.
requires 124.
Smith has left what he prefers. Does Coulson stop him? He doesn't. And after 2 missed at double 12
52.
to win 4-2,
Jeff requires
he goes
36.
to the other side of the board to get this one 4-3. It goes in, and he stops Coulson from getting a shot at 72. Are we going to see those two both through tonight? If they serve up games like that, and the one they had in the early hours, a Saturday night game between Jeff and Derek would be some spectacle. A crucial 2 points for Jeff. Yet again, he has the lesser average. Doesn't matter. He breaks Derek Coulson and wins by 4 legs to 3.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yeah. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's true. So receive the trophy. £25,000.
The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen.
Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
Time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Ledlow.
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. We've already seen our first game of the night, and it did not disappoint. Jeff Smith, who lost 4-3 to Coulson in the early hours, has reversed the fixture and broken Coulson to get the first 2 points of the last group stage of Series 11. Champions Night is less than 24 hours away. John O'Shea, if he's going to get there, he's going to need a miracle. He knows he needs to win all of his games tonight, and he needs everything to go his way. And if we're being honest, it's very, very unlikely that John can make it based on the dynamic of the table. That means that Jurjen van der Velde has got to get a move on. If he can beat John O'Shea for the second time in about 24 hours, he will be on 6 points with the other 3 players. And then we go back into the melting pot like we did this afternoon, and we embrace the chaos.
First leg, John to throw first. Game on.
So as the Joker once said, embrace the chaos, because it's about to happen.
140.
The other thing to remember here is if Van der Velde does beat John O'Shea, he's almost got an ally then for the rest of the day, because any win for John O'Shea will actually help Van der Velde.
140.
This is the ideal time to play him. This is perfect. Provided John O'Shea doesn't hit the ground running, if you're Van der Velde.
55.
But John O'Shea yesterday was more a comfort factor, wasn't it? We've talked about the heat. Clearly was struggling with that, struggling with the grip in the heat, because we saw even him rolling the sleeve up on his arm, didn't we? Just to try and sort of make sure the shirt wasn't sticking to his arm, and to try and give him just a little bit of freedom within the action.
Well, funnily enough, when I was walking to the studio this morning for Group C, I looked to my left and I saw John O'Shea in the local barbers. And based on the information that we have been given about John from last night,
40.
I'm impressed. You think he's just getting a haircut to get a haircut? No. This is not a normal haircut for John. This is him trying to feel more comfortable in a hot environment.
139.
That is impressive, because most dart players would just turn up and hope that things would change. He's done something to make himself feel better.
81.
And that's where I'd just be hoping he had a couple of points on the board, because this is a very, very tall task, but that is very, very good darts. A 13 darter to start things for John O'Shea, who really, really did struggle yesterday.
Second
to even win a leg.
At
one point, he was counting the amount of legs he lost in a row, looking at the record board.
Do you want to see a magic trick, Matt?
Yes.
John O'Shea just made that leg disappear.
97.
Ta-da!
$174.
Yeah, I think Heath Ledger did a little bit better.
Yeah, I thought Henry Deacon wasn't working tonight.
That would have been in a slightly different octave.
134.
Based on what we've seen so far, I want what John had for dinner.
57.
Can you imagine if John were to qualify from this group somehow?
We've seen things like it before. I remember
60.
Southampton. David Pallett did exactly this. Really struggled on the opening night, then ended up qualifying. And I'm sure it's happened again in recent times as well.
I'm sure it has. I mean, we only even have to look at this afternoon with Richard McKee. We're thinking he hasn't got a chance. He's only got 2 points. He nearly pulled off an act of escapology that you could only dream about. He was 1 win short of asking a very stiff question of the top 2. And he goes back to Northern Ireland
58.
very much with his chin up.
Requires 70.
Now that would have been a magic trick if Richard McKee qualified.
How about this?
54.
Has had a few problems in that department this week.
John requires 170.
So O'Shea has one chance to get a 2-0 lead. And it's gone.
105. Yayen requires 16.
That's
Game's
more
on
like
the
it. It's
second
1-1.
leg. Yayen van der Velde.
Jurgen has a bit of a problem when it comes
Third
to leg
leg,
difference.
John to throw first.
His
Game on.
is a lot worse than that of Gavlas, Coulson and Smith above him in the table. That has got to do
59.
with his 4-0 loss to Gavlas last night. And also, he did have some frustrating times, even though he was playing very, very
59.
well. I mean, that Gavlas game, in a nutshell, he averaged 106 and lost it. Didn't even win a leg.
180.
What I'm seeing here, Matt, I don't know about you, is John O'Shea has waited 2 months to come here for this. He's not going out in Champions Week like last night. He's come here with a point to
140.
prove.
Oh, he's giving it everything, isn't he? Last night there was a touch of frustration. Tonight, he's guided and controlled aggression.
44.
Showing a lot of character as well, isn't he? And we know John O'Shea now has other vested interests within the sport of darts, does a lot of coaching.
92.
And he'll probably feel like he's got to get up there and set an example to the players as well, that it's never over till it's over and you fight till the very end. And if they are
58.
watching, there's a lot to be learnt here from John O'Shea in the way he's conducting himself tonight in what looks to be Mission Impossible.
Your mission, if you choose to accept it,
96.
is to try and get to 4
John
legs.
requires 160.
There's 1. There's 2.
140.
Could have
Yayen
been
requires 114.
a leg that disappeared as well. Van der Velde has been trying to weather this early storm from the Joker, who almost wins the World Gurning Championship there. Now, what does he want to do? He doesn't want to mess with that 60 bed. He's got a dart in the way. But boy,
98.
oh boy, how good is that dart?
John requires 20.
This was the double that was really kind to him in the World Masters in 2019, but it's not
No
kind
score.
here.
Yayen requires 16.
Are we seeing a change on the stage in the last 90 seconds? He might need a map to get to this double 8.
No score.
I didn't even think there was a gap there.
John requires 20.
What a great effort that was. Thought that might have been your magic trick right there, was just stalling for it. But that is a bit of a pull. That's what he was doing last night quite a lot, wasn't he?
Yeah,
just dragging the darts low.
And the shoulders drop, as does the chin. Does the hammer come down in leg 3? They're both having trouble on the doubles in leg 3.
8. John requires
Talk
20.
about a let-off. Maybe this leg is character building for someone. You see Jurjen using a towel there to try and get a bit more grip. The longer they're
15.
up there, the more they're going to feel uncomfortable.
And the frustration will only rise the temperature levels within yourself as well. Van der Velde getting opportunities here.
Jurjen
Getting
requires
more opportunities.
8.
And we said this a lot this afternoon, and we can repeat it again this evening. That is 2 players on the stage that are kind of playing the same... Oh, hang on.
He's realised. Well, that's a bit of fortune because for some reason he's realised that he's left double 4. It's a good job he missed that double 8.
Game shot in the third leg.
Well, that one's going to make the
Jurjen
blooper reel
van der
tomorrow night,
Velde.
isn't it? What a sigh of relief for Jurjen van der Velde. That may
Fourth
never have
leg,
happened to him in
Jurjen
his
to
young
throw
career.
first. Game on.
And do you know what? I have never seen it where a player goes, oh, hang on a minute. I've seen it many times where they go for the wrong double and just continue until they hit it or they bust. I have never seen that situation before where someone just all of a sudden has clarity of thought to go, hang on a minute. He said 8, not double 8.
Well, here's the thing. The responsibility of the referee in moments like that is to keep looking at the board and not give them any sort of
81.
tip-off. And that's what Adrian Mason didn't do. You just look at the board. You tell the player what they score. He said you require 8. And something in Jurgen's brain said,
96.
hold on a second. Maybe somebody was getting out there
57.
Jurjen van der Velde voodoo doll. Didn't work, did it?
45.
You think people do that? If they don't like certain dart players, they've got a voodoo doll at home saying, I don't want you to hit that double 8.
It'd explain a lot of why I missed a lot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think there must be a lot of asset ones out there.
It's how does John O'Shea recover now, isn't it, though? Because that was a major setback. Sort of just handed the throw, didn't he, to Van der Velde, and it has to be perfect for John O'Shea. You can't afford to lose.
180.
And he may have just put himself into a bit of a perilous position.
Yeah, just a bit.
57.
He can't afford to win games
Jurjen requires
via
83.
tight margins either because his leg difference is absolutely dreadful compared to everybody else's. Double 16. Yes.
Game shot
Double
on the fourth
16
leg.
gives him a
Jurjen
3-1
van der
lead.
Velde.
Mind frazzled there for John O'Shea. Consistently throwing
Fifth
at the
leg,
19. If
John
he'd got
to
the
throw
treble 19 with the
first.
last start, he would have
Game on.
bogeyed himself. He wouldn't have been on a finish.
83.
You know what John's going to do for the rest of the night if he loses this game? He's not going to make Saturday night. But he will be like a bath bomb for the rest of the night.
96.
He'll want to be chucked in there and he will just try and spoil everybody else's night.
60.
John's last game is against Derek Coulson in the last game of the group. I just wonder
134.
if Derek will need to win that one to qualify. Who's to say John doesn't get himself off the canvas now?
180.
He could still win the next 3 legs and get 2 points.
$64.
This is a revival.
138.
Somebody's walking John up.
What did Chumbawamba once say? I get knocked down, but I get up again.
That's what I hear.
99. John requires 40.
Slightly overplayed track, that one.
Game John the
But
fifth
not an
leg.
overplayed leg.
John
That did not
O'Shea.
take long. 2 brilliant legs from John O'Shea. And the other stuff in between
Sixth flag, Jurgen
comes with a
to throw
question
first.
mark.
Game on.
Now, Vincent van der Voort last night was a big fan of John O'Shea's jewellery.
100.
You seen the ring he's got on the left hand? It is big. Honestly, that might be the biggest ring that Elizabeth Taylor
135.
didn't have. Where'd you get something like that?
Jokerrings.com.
100. $100.
Seems to have steadied the ship a bit here, has John. Has made a Champions Night before, losing in the semi-finals to Scott Taylor.
40.
He desperately wants to get back there off the back of his first weekly title win earlier in this series. But that was a mistake.
58.
I think he should have gone upstairs
Jurgen requires
earlier.
161.
So 6 starts from here for Van der Velde to get a very important 2 points, which will really congest this table up,
59.
leaving 4 players battling out for 3 spots.
This table is starting to
43.
resemble a broken fruit machine.
Jurgen requires
We could have
102.
4 sixes in a row in the points column. Match start, double 16.
Game.
He doesn't hesitate
shot,
this time.
And the match, Jurgen van der
That is a
Velde.
massive win for Jurgen van der Velde. But it is going to be farewell to John O'Shea. The best he can do is 6 points, and all of his opponents have already got 6 points. It was a fascinating battle, and it did have a little bit of funny stuff in the middle. But at the end, Jurgen gets the win ahead of Jeff Smith taking on Adam Gavlas.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie require 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls of this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
require
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
The moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the
81.
stage,
Charlie
approaching the
require
Oki with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
require
he's gone to
180.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that
Charlie
situation there, George
require
Gay wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia require
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go!
Couldn't get the job
Got
done.
in the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, live and free on Pluto TV. And, well, free can't be value for money, can it? But if you were paying, you'd be getting that this evening and all day. The thrilling climax we saw this afternoon may well even be better tonight, because we now have 4 players all tied on 6 points in this group, including Jeff Smith, who won his opening match of the night, a 4-3 victory against Eric Coulson, and of course the league leader Adam Gavlas, who hasn't played yet this evening but sits at the top of the table with a slightly better leg difference than Coulson and Smith. Van der Velde also now on 6 points after that win over John O'Shea, who's still on 0. Vincent van der Voort is alongside me. I mean, it was difficult to determine who was going to go through this afternoon. It's going to be even harder tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's so close together. And for Adam, this is difficult because Jeff Smith already played a match, and this is a very important match for him now to settle his night.
And one of these players will get to 8 points and will be top of the table and will be very close to qualification.
Jeff to throw first. Game on.
There is still a possibility that all 4 players finish on 10 points and are separated by leg difference.
That would be great to see how that plans out.
We actually had one Group B where all 5 players, going into the last match, all 5 players could have finished on the same number of points. They could have all had 8 points each. The player that lost
60
the game and stopped that from happening, he went into that game and there were only 2 positions in the table he could have finished, top or bottom.
And that's the great thing about these group stages. It changes
57.
all the time. And you for Coulson, he started the night with 6 points, and all of a sudden you lose the first one, and you're in trouble. And for Van der Velde, he's back in there, and it could change easily around again.
Yeah, and they're going to play each other after this.
34.
Adam Gavlas was the star performer last night. Can he repeat that kind of level
83
in a high-pressure evening?
Yeah, he brings so much concentration to his game. Every shot he aims and he goes for it. There's no rhythm in his throw, but yeah, it worked for him. Yesterday he was the best player in the building.
Yeah, very well constructed throw, isn't it? He's
100.
very deliberate. He's obviously thought about every part of it.
You see with Jeff Smith, he's more a rhythm player. Once the first dart is where he wants it, he can speed up a little, could put a little bit more power in the throw. But with Adam, it's every time the same routine.
Yeah, a little sighter. Actually presses the dart into his face, doesn't he? You can watch the flight pretty much hit his face.
59.
Good last dart. He knows he's in control
Adam
now.
requires 148.
He needs to finish, or else Smith got a very good chance to make it 1-0.
Well, Jimmy Van Ski took this checkout out in the most incredible fashion today. Probably the shot that sent him through, albeit not at the time, but saved the match, won the match against Danny Van Truyck.
96.
And set him on his way to
Jeff
qualifying for
requires
Champions Night.
86.
Yeah, I think so. If he would have missed that one, he was in a lot of trouble.
Okay, he's gone double 16 first. Ball last.
41.
That would have been something. Double
Adam
16
requires
balls.
52.
But you can see Adam is 52 to break the Smith throw.
So Tops, eyes firmly focused on the target. Does not break his stare, does he? Double 10.
Game
Finds
shot
it.
on the first leg.
This is what he done last
Adam
night as well.
Gavlas.
Every time he got a shot at a double, he hit it, and it was so clinical, and he was so good at that.
Second leg, Adam to throw first.
You could see he's got
Game
he's a
on.
young kid, but he's got a lot of experience about playing Pro Tours, and he had a tour card for many years. This is probably the best thing that could have happened to his career. Just drop off the tour and play some other stuff where you can win matches and build your confidence again, and then try again to get your tour card back.
117. Showing that
117.
he is amongst the best of the rest at the moment. Last night, a checkout percentage of over 50%. And the way he started here, he looks set to continue that kind of
140.
record.
Yeah, you got a feeling he's not playing as good as he was yesterday. But you get this is where his first dart was yesterday all the time. Perfect spot. And he followed it up. He will be disappointed with a
100.
ton, but yeah, still a good shot.
Yeah, the only difference really is that it's pressure now, isn't it, tonight? There is no second chances.
85.
Well, exactly, and that's of course it's placed different. I mean, you can feel it in all the players that on the Monday there was a lot more laughing and there was a lot more friendly games, and now you know then this means business. I mean, in 1 day's time, we're going to know who's going to be the champion and wins a lot of money and a very nice trophy.
41.
Absolutely. £25,000 the prize on offer, and of course entry to the ADC Global Championship.
Yeah, well, you can win another 60,000. So
137.
massive day tomorrow.
Well, I think we worked it out that if there was a dominant player in this room, in a year they could win £150,000 because they could win 3 weeks, £5,000 each, 3 Champions Weeks at £25,000 each, and then the 60 from the
Jeff
ADC Global
requires
Championship.
139.
yeah, that sounds like a really good plan for a lot of players. And that's what I mean. If you're an amateur player, this is the place to be. If you have ambition,
103.
you have to play here. You have to deal with so many different circumstances, group phases, disappointments, good players, also matches that you have to win. You become a better player when you're here.
Jeff requires 36.
Good leg this. Good response from Smith. He was broken in the first leg. He goes
Game
out in
shot in the
13
second
darts
leg.
to cancel that breakout
Jeff
in the
Smith.
second.
Third leg, Jeff to throw first. Game on.
That's what Smith always does. He's a very consistent player, and when he's in a match,
97.
he's very dangerous at his finishes. You saw that in the World Series in America last year, or a couple of years ago. He was in the final then, taking out big shots. He's not afraid to beat players who probably are better than him.
Yeah, we've seen him go all the way to finals in Pro Tour events. He's been to the final at the Lakeside, of course, as well. Gavlas hits back straight away.
100.
And he's a fighter. He fights his way in the game. And the first match against Coulson, he was, for the majority of that match, he wasn't the best player, but he found a way to get the break and win the game.
This is spellbinding stuff from Gavlas. 5 perfect darts.
140.
Couldn't make it back-to-back 180s.
Steady ton again, but Adam is in control of the leg now. Needs one good shot, and it opens up the opportunity to get a break. Another good dart.
Yeah, you mentioned it during the first leg. His first dart was always there, wasn't it? And it's like he's found that in this leg.
145.
Every single first and second dart of every visit has been in the treble 20.
Yeah, you can hit the treble 20 in the
Adam requires
low
36.
in the treble 20, but every time in the sweet spot as well. That means you're in form.
So this for a 10 darter. Well, if he misses, Smith does get a look at a finish.
18.
And for once, he does miss with 3
Jeff
darts in
requires
hand.
160.
Oh, that's a sweet spot as well. Oh.
120.
What an attempt from Smith. He showed that
Adam requires
fight
18.
and tenacity there.
Adam is now an 18, and it's an awkward finish. He's going to split it. That's why I'm never a fan of going to leave double 18.
Well, there's a lot of traffic there.
12. Jeff
You can see
requires
his scoring
40.
was so well. Smith hanging there, and now he's got a chance to just hold the throw.
Game
he does
shot
exactly
in the
that.
third leg.
Gavlas will
Jeff
be kicking
Smith.
himself. Had a dart to go out in 10. The trebling was terrific,
Fourth
but the
leg.
doubling,
Adam to throw first.
unlike him,
Game on.
was disastrous then. 5 darts missed.
This is new territory for Adam. He has to deal now with disappointments. Yesterday everything went his way the first 3 matches, and now he has to co up with the situation that he wasn't in.
137.
Now Jeff Smith having a go at his throw by matching the 2 treble start.
His scoring is amazing.
But even that was a little unlucky. It
125.
seemed to deflect off the darts that were in the treble 20.
That's also good for a player that it doesn't seem to affect him.
44.
Sometimes it doesn't go his way.
Well, he's got this routine, hasn't he? That the throw routine. It's very deliberate and manufactured, and it seems like he just trusts that. Just keep doing that.
Yeah, over and over again. Yeah, like a computer.
60.
Jeff Smith must feel that it.
57.
My night is going as good as it can. I'm twice in a match now. That's the second match in a row that I'm not a better player, but I'm still ahead.
Well, I don't think he'll go for a 180 this time.
$130.
No, it's probably the wise thing to do. Not to leave double 1.
You saw people run into trouble with that target this afternoon.
134. Adam
52
requires
then
52.
for 2-2. Hops for tops. Well, the big feature of his game last night was the brilliant
Game
doubling.
shot in the fourth
And
leg.
he's back
Adam
in the bed,
Gavlas.
squares it up.
Shows
Fifth leg.
no emotion,
Jeff to throw
showing nothing.
first.
He doesn't
Game
waste
on.
any energy on celebrating or anything. He just throws darts and that's it.
57.
You want to jump all over that.
And again, around 180 start.
180.
I've never seen him play like this in my life. I saw him playing very good matches, but what I've seen this week is really,
140.
really impressive. Only 23 years of age, yeah. Still a very young guy.
And by all accounts, got into darts kind of by accident. I think it was only when he got to that World Youth final. He'd only
60.
been playing a year or two, hadn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And I saw him the first time I saw him was at a Euro Tour. He played Ross Smith in the first round, and nobody heard of the kid.
140.
18, 17, 18 years old. And his first match on stage was almost 100 or 100 average, and everybody thought, where's that coming from? And maybe it was a little bit too soon for him because everybody expected after that maybe a little bit too much of him. So So, but he got a 2 card. He
100.
lost it now, but I
Jeff
think he will
requires
be back and winning it,
164.
especially if he continues playing like this.
$60. Adam requires 161.
And there are plenty of darts fans in the Czech Republic. There have been European Tour events over there, and they're always well attended. Crying out for a player like Gavlas to really take the game by storm. And he's showing them what he can do here.
136.
Great effort. But
Jeff
you can
requires
see Schmidt
104.
on 104. There he is again, and this is this is something his specialty. Finish those things off. Doesn't get a chance this time, and Adam
52.
on 25. Which Rudy?
Adam requires 25.
Because double 10 is his favourite today. He goes for 988.
Smith shakes his head in the background.
Nine.
And it's more missed doubles for Adam Gavlas. He's
Jeff
missed 10 in this
requires
game.
52.
Not sure he missed 10 all night last night.
Smith goes double 18.
Game Jordan at fifth leg.
Oh,
Jeff
he must
Smith.
be feeling really, really fine at the moment. He's been outscored in 2
Sixth
matches.
leg. Adam to throw first.
After each other, and
Game
and still
on.
ahead.
Yeah, Adam Gavlas last night, he missed a grand total of 13 darts at double.
96.
4 matches. He's missed 10 in 1 match tonight.
Yeah, you can see one day is so much different than the other one. He felt golden on trebles and doubles yesterday.
40.
And today he's struggling a little bit. His scoring is still great, but his finishing is letting him down.
Yeah, added to his 180 tally as we get a look at the throw.
Look how still his head is. His body moves. Only the arm does the work, and this is what you want. Maybe a little bit more
60.
rhythm in the throw, but the rest is just really good. You see with Jeff, he's more his head moves. He's a little bit hopping, so his body moves.
60.
So he's probably more inconsistent than Adam.
Yeah, kind of swung forward on the last one as well.
He doesn't even blink.
Literally, the forearm is the only bit of his body that's
85.
moving, isn't it? Including the eyelids. And I think Jeff's kind of kicking the back leg out a little bit as well. It's not quite Richie Burnett, but...
60.
No. Nobody's like Richie Burnett. That's impossible.
This leg would take it to 3-3. I think we're going to get a lot of matches that go the distance tonight. We had a lot of 4-0s last night, actually, but we've already had 2 4-3s. Sorry, 1 4-3 and 1 4-2.
100.
Yeah, this group is so close together, so the matches will be close. And everybody will fancy their chances. And with 4 players who are so close to each other, one of them
55.
has to go out.
Yeah, if you are just
Adam
joining us this
requires
evening, 4 players on 6
160.
points in this group. 3 go through. These are 2 of them. The other 2 play next, Van der Velde and Coulson. Another in there. And there is room for another 6 in there. Tops.
120.
That's plenty of time. Now Smith isn't around, so he's probably get minimum of 6 darts for this.
140. Adam requires 40.
But he wants to hit it straight away to get in a good feeling about his doubles again. He missed a lot of doubles. He only had double he hit was double 10. And now
Game
tops
on
as
the
well, so
6th flag.
that's probably the way
Adam
to go now.
Gavlas.
Try to leave tops or double 10 in the last leg.
Yeah, and this one goes the distance.
7th leg.
And whoever
Jeff
wins
to
this
throw
leg
first.
will be top of the table.
Game on.
Will be on 8 points. Will be very, very close to qualifying for Champions Night. Maybe in a way a bigger game for Jeff Smith than it is for
97.
Adam because he's already played a game. He'll have only 2 more games to play. Gavlas will have 3.
Yeah, that's exactly right then. So for Adam, it's a big bonus if he wins this one. I think if he wins this one, he will definitely get through.
60.
And for Smith, it will be giving a really good opportunity, but he's not there then.
$58.
And probably no surprise that the trebles are drying up a little bit with this amount of pressure, this much at stake.
That's a good treble 19. You can use that dart to get a 1-3-4 in.
96.
He will be disappointed with that shot because that was screaming for another treble. That's the place that Jeff wants it, so he looks for Tom 40.
140.
A big visit required here. He can't leave a finish. But he can get himself pretty much neck and neck with Jeff Smith.
83.
There you can see what pressure does to you. His scoring is not as great as it was the first couple of legs. And for the first time, he hits a treble 1.
100.
Yeah, very, very rarely have we seen him actually lose the line of the dart.
Yeah. And now he needs to go and have 2 trebles minimum to go and put yourself on a good finish. 1 treble is going to give him a finish.
58.
Well, 6 darts from 106 then for Jeff Smith, who's looking for a second 4-3 win of the night.
This is probably the only leg that he was ahead, that he's
Game,
comfortably won.
shot.
And he has won.
And the match, Jeff Smith.
4-3 again for Jeff Smith. Adam Gavlas beaten in the opener. And Jeff Smith has had the beating of him. Nobody else has, but Smith has done it twice. He's won his last 3 as well to rise to the top of the table, including 2 this evening. He's on 8 points, Gavlas on 6, as are Coulson and Van der Velde, who will go head-to-head next.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yeah. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
Welcome back to this dramatic end to Group B, where we have 2 points separating 4 players in the table. Jeff Smith, 2 ahead of the chasing 3 now, but they've got a game in hand, all of them, including the man who's just beaten Adam Gavlas, and including the man he beat earlier, both by 4-3 scorelines. Derek Coulson back on the stage. Jurjen van der Velde is the one that sits outside of the provisional qualification places by virtue of leg difference. He's on -1, so he's got quite a lot to claw back. A victory here may be very, very important for the young Dutchman.
Yeah, you got a feeling he needs another 2 wins minimum to qualify because of his leg difference.
Got the better of John O'Shea in his first match, 4-2. O'Shea yet to win.
First leg, Jurjen to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, O'Shea played better than yesterday. I think he had a little bit more pace in his shot. He had a little bit more power in his shot, and that helped him a lot.
180.
Well, speaking of power, what a start that was. Powering the darts into the treble 20. And Derek Coulson says, "I'll see you."
What a response. Great.
180.
That must hurt, Vincent, when you hit a 180 and then your opponent hits one straight
93.
back.
Yeah, it depends on how you're in the game, how you feel. Sometimes you think, oh, this is a good shot. Now I have a little bit of distance, and all of a sudden he's there again. And sometimes you think, oh, I don't bother. I'm playing well enough. I'm going to do it again or get another good shot. You can see with Jurjen at the moment, he has a better rhythm than the first 3 days he played in Group A, and that suits him.
Another one. 3 in the opening leg.
128.
Astronomical arrows. But that one is a deviant dart, and Coulson will come back.
112.
Despite the fact that Van der Velde has left himself a double
81.
after 12, he may lose the leg.
$75.
That's a let off for Jurjen.
Yeah,
he has to take it now.
16.
Yeah, I think he's probably thinking, not again, because we saw the match against Adam Gavlas
on the first leg.
last night.
Jurjen van
that
der
will be a
Velde.
relief that he's not going to go down in the same fashion, playing so well.
Exactly, and dart
Second
players are
leg,
like
Derek
that.
to
They
throw
think,
first.
oh, again against
Game
me.
on.
Why is that happening? I'm playing so well, but everybody loves playing me.
By the way, it is now a mathematical fact that John O'Shea
57.
cannot make it to Champions Night. It did look very unlikely, but the way the results have gone and the fixtures that still remain means it's impossible for at least 3 players not to get to 8 points, and he, of course, could only get to 6. So John O'Shea eliminated.
But he could be a massive factor in our
93.
in this game now, because he played a little bit better against Van der Velde, and if he can play freely and he wants to show everybody that watches that he is a good player, he could do some damage.
134.
Coulson is throwing 180s like they're going out of fashion. 3 for him alone in this game. Van der Velde looking for a different treble.
$126.
Oh, I have to count then. Nowadays you have to be so sharp in that counting about.
The 25 would have left 132. Just trying to get
31.
that small extra edge.
Yeah.
Jurjen
And
requires
that's sensible,
107.
133, 132 is a much easier finish than 131 or 133.
Game shot in the second leg.
107's even easier for him.
Jurjen van der Velde.
Well, some numbers here. Dozen dart leg.
Third leg, Jurjen to throw
And
first.
we might be seeing something
on.
rather special if he continues in this vein. And 13-12, remarkable.
140.
And starts off with a 140. Yeah, he's playing brilliant again.
Derek's hit 3 180s, 4 180s.
180. 60.
Potential to be one of the highest quality games we've ever seen. They're both averaging over 115 after 2.5 legs. And now Derek Coulson is thinking
140.
That is impressive. They're both 116, 117 average.
5 perfect darts. That's the second time we've seen that tonight.
100.
He's taking the advantage in this leg. Probably needs to win this leg to be staying in this match.
87.
Do wish they'd improve a little bit. We haven't seen a 9-darter since Saturday, Vincent.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Danny Van Tryp, who hit that 9-darter, of course, and averaged 120 in the final, hasn't made it through to Champions Night.
105.
No, he
Derek
surprised me a
requires
little
94.
bit. I expected a little bit more from him, but yeah, they're all good players, or else you're not in Champions Week.
Brilliant leg of darts from
Game
Derek
shot on the
Coulson.
third leg. Derek Coulson.
Yeah, breaking the throw in 11-darter. Yeah, that's what you want.
Well, they're getting better one by one, so we should end up
Fourth
with
leg.
a 9.
Derek to throw first. Game on.
Hopefully there's only 2 more legs, because someone's going to have to throw an 8-darter if there's any more than that.
140.
The scoring is amazing. This match. Unbelievable.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Jurjen must think, I can't catch a break.
96.
Playing so well again, and I'm still battling.
He hasn't missed a dart at a double, Jurjen van der Velde. He's averaging 113. And Coulson is on course here.
140.
Every time you look up, he's got at least 2 in the treble 20. And he's on course to level the match at 2-2.
90.
And another good dart in the treble 20.
And more advanced counting there from Jurjen van der Velde as well.
140.
He can use the ball with his last dart if he gets a couple of treble 20s. Okay, it's not going to work this time, but it's almost like a snooker player thinking 3 shots ahead.
43.
Yeah, that's a modern dart.
Requires
In
81.
the old days, then nobody was looking at finishes like that or leaving that, and nowadays the youth is counting so well.
49.
Well, the pattern of the legs improving. He's going to end here because he might only get 13, Derek Coulson. Every single leg in this match has been completed in 4 visits.
96. Derek requires 32.
4 or 5 visits, I should say. 13, 12, 11.
Game shot
5
on the
visits
4th
again.
leg.
15.
Derek
darts,
Coulson.
4 legs played now. We flashed the averages up earlier
5th
after
leg.
a leg or
Jurjen
2.
to throw
But
first.
4 legs played
Game
now,
on.
and he's still averaging 111.48.
Yeah, this is the moment for Jurjen to step it up
100.
again. He knows he has to hold his throw now, or else the match would be going away from him.
140.
Such a high standard, Derek Coulson. And I find it a very interesting story. We of course saw here at the Super Series the emergence of Luke Littler at 16 years of age.
180.
I think that so many people are getting interested in darts that we may see a player in senior years who's never taken it seriously actually come and take the game by storm. Why not?
Yeah, we could, definitely.
140.
And maybe it's him. I mean, if he goes to Q school or anything, or doesn't make a tool card, he can come here again. And yeah,
60.
we have to enjoy his company. But you can see he's such a good player. You wonder, where was he all those years?
Yeah, and there will be plenty of players out there that never really had the circumstances to go for it.
161.
Now he's got that. Certainly got the ability.
87.
As he's showing in this game, but
Derek
full
requires
credit to his opponent as well.
164.
What a game of darts this is.
Yeah, he made it very tough for him. Although he scores like a maniac, he's still in a match.
96.
Well, Feely has to take this.
Yen requires 74.
Hasn't missed a dart double in the game. 2 from 2.
They're both on similar finishes. And you need a treble to get 2 darts. If you miss the target, you have to go for the bull. Yeah, this is a very tough shot. You can see it on Jurjen. He feels the pressure.
Yeah, now only gets a dart on the bullseye. But that's
Game's
all he
on the
needs.
5th leg.
What a recovery.
Jurjen
What a
van der
dart.
Velde.
What a match.
6th leg. Derek to throw first.
And no reaction.
Game on.
No reaction at all. Back to the table. Calm down. On to the next leg. You've not won anything yet.
Yeah, a little fished when he went to the board that he showed that he was happy with it, but then it stayed in his concentration. Looks at the floor and then to the board. He's playing the board. He's not playing his opponent because he feels that his opponent is flying with scores. So he has to stay in his concentration and make sure
96.
that he doesn't make many mistakes.
Yeah, this is an absolutely brilliant bout. Again,
140.
could well go all the way, as 2 of the 3 matches so far have. The other one was 4-2. I don't think we're going to get many games that aren't close tonight.
This match deserves a
134.
decider. They're both playing so well. You must feel for Derek as well. Eh? You think you're playing so well. If he loses this match,
79.
Scoring, he can't go much better than this. And you're still not winning.
We'll look at the bull again.
126.
And the 101 would have left 170. So again, well thought out, well executed.
59. Jurjen
He could actually
requires
win it here.
145.
He may well have 2 visits.
Good
81.
last one. 64 left.
Derek requires
Coulson
140.
Another great first dart. Maybe a little bit too high in the treble
100.
for him.
Jurjen requires
64 for the match.
64.
Well, still perfect. He should get at least a dart. He will.
32.
First miss
Derek
could be a costly
requires
one.
40.
Well, now it looks like he's only got half the bed. It was that
Game
right-hand
shot on
side,
the
and he
6th
found it. And you
flag.
know what? I
Derek
think that flicked in off the
Coulson.
flight of the other dart there, and I think he knows it.
Yeah, that dart wouldn't have gone in if that dart wasn't there. The first
7th
dart
flag.
wasn't there.
Jurjen to throw
and you see it on
first.
his face. He was lucky
Game
there.
on.
But sometimes you need a little bit of luck.
In off the lampshade.
57.
And an opening straight away.
Yeah, and that bit of luck does get him to a last leg decider, which Van der Velde kicks off, as Vincent points out, without a treble.
93.
So Coulson wins the first mini battle.
Another shot without a treble.
57.
This is the time for Coulson to step in.
A reminder, the winner of this match will move on to 8 points, will join Jeff Smith, tied at the top of the table. The loser will remain on 6 after 6 of
83.
their 8 games in the group.
$85.
He's feeling the pressure, Van der Velde. He knows he's been playing really well this game. But it all comes down to this leg now.
43.
There's an opening for him as well now. 2 treble visit would help him a lot now.
$81.
It's okay, but it all depends on what Coulson is going to do now in his next shot. They're both feeling the pressure now. Yeah. Look
Yeah.
where they're coming from, where the averages they're
41.
dropping massively now.
Played so well all match, but this is really pressurised play, isn't it? both of them think, if I win this leg,
93.
I'm almost there.
Yeah, that's exactly what they think. And you see them then the dropping the darts are low every time, so that means that there's more tension on the arm. The release moment is a little bit later than normal.
And that's part of the problem,
57.
isn't it? The fact that they are thinking and not just
Jurjen
throwing.
requires 128.
But time on the side of Van der Velde, meaning he didn't need to go the 18s route.
Good last dart.
96.
Very good setup shot to leave 32. He knows he's coming back, and Coulson, the only thing he can do now is put as much pressure on as possible.
Well, what a night he's having. Is he going to lose 4-3 for the
46.
second successive game when he's produced a
Jurjen
really good
requires
performance?
32.
And here's Van der Velde going to join Jeff Smith on 8 points. Double 16, double 8, and how much can he see of it?
16.
Oh,
Derek
Coulson
requires
would be
138.
thinking now, 138 is too much. He should have been closer to the finish.
Is it too much? Oh, just above the wire.
Look at his face.
86.
He knows he's angry about that.
Jurjen requires
He
16.
knew the last leg was the worst leg they've played.
It was a great game, and this last leg, you can understand both players feeling the pinch.
Game, shot,
but the win
and the match
is
Jurjen
secured
van der Velde.
by Jurjen van der Velde, who defeats Derek Coulson 4-3. It's a second last leg defeat for DC tonight. And for his young Dutch opponent, it has put him on the brink of qualification, joining Jeff Smith on 8 points, occupying the top 2 spots in the table. Adam Gavlas is in 3rd on 6, Coulson in 4th on 6 behind him. John O'Shea, yet to get off the mark, takes on Gavlas after the break.
Charlie McGuire, 164. 44. 32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the
81.
stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
Oki with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
require
he's gone to
118.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6 7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that
Charlie
situation there, George
require
Gay wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy. Couldn't get the job done.
And the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate!
A change in the commentary box, as myself, Paul the Asa Nicholson, is now joined by Matthew Edgar, and Vincent and Chris will take their leave to watch from the gantry as we have our 5th game of the night of 10. John O'Shea, as confirmed by Chris Murphy in the previous game, is now officially out of the possibility of making Champions Night. But Adam Gavlas, who lost his previous game 4-3 to Jeff Smith, he is still very much in play. Start of the night, top the table. Now in 3rd.
First leg, Adam to throw first. Game on.
But this is his game in hand on the other 3 people he's trying to beat. This is crucial. Derek Coulson, however, who is now in 4th position in the table, wouldn't mind if John O'Shea got off the mark with a win in this one, Matt.
140.
I think he'll be very much hoping that is the case as well, because he's going to need John O'Shea to do him a bit of a favour somewhere along the lines, because he's now out of position.
83.
Which I think it's quite interesting when we cast our minds back to Monday. Before a dart was thrown, we looked at what the odds compilers thought was going to happen this week. They had favourites Derek Coulson, Shane McGurk. Shane McGurk's out. He went out this afternoon in Group C.
60.
As things stand, Derek Coulson is out. Can still play himself back into a position, but is outside of a qualifying place.
140.
The moment we start predicting things, things get really tricky. Just like this afternoon. And just like Wednesday afternoon in Group A. This week has been anything but predictable.
78.
I actually really like what Vincent was saying earlier today about how well Shane played. He did play superbly today.
23.
But he did have a couple of chances to get extra points. And I think that's what's going to be on his mind for a couple of days as he leaves Hampshire. Gavlas does not want to be feeling that way for sure.
Couple of real big chances, wasn't it? 4 darts in a row. Shane McGurk missed out the double 6 to get the victory
59.
over Andy Hamilton, and probably would have got him through to Saturday night.
Let's not forget that game against Richard McKee as well.
139.
Good stuff from John
Adam
there to leave
requires
the more doable out.
164.
Looks like a man who's not under pressure anymore, because he isn't.
$64.
Trims it down to a 2-darter.
John
Very
requires
sensible.
116.
John needs that 60. That's one of those darts. And with that expression, he
76.
says, I'll have a chat with you
Adam
later.
requires 100.
He leaves himself on tops with a wonderful last dart. But Gavlas might get a look at tops. Does he go for it twice? He's decided 16s is better. Good plan.
68.
Just a few near misses
John
tonight.
requires 40.
May cost him. It's definitely
Game
cost him
on
the first leg there.
leg.
O'Shea is off
John
with a break.
O'Shea. Second leg, John to throw first.
I don't know what this says about me,
Game
Matt.
on.
But I know this shirt was designed for John O'Shea by his darts
57.
manufacturer. If you're a bit of a comic book geek like myself, you might think, well, which Joker is that modelled on? It is not modelled on the Dark Knight Joker, played by Heath Ledger.
60.
It's not modelled on the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. This is old school Joker. This is 1960s TV Joker.
96.
Maybe the tiniest hint of Jack Nicholson in the late 80s. Maybe symbolising that John is more of an old school kind of joker. And he could actually use that kind of alter ego tonight, because he could play the bad
57.
guy to the people who are trying to get through.
Well, John O'Shea is a person who you can see here, when he plays his best, he plays with pace. You wouldn't think that a game against Adam Gavlas is where he'd find any sort of rhythm or fluency that would provide him one of his strongest performances, but he's averaging over 100 in the early part of this game.
59.
Jurgen van der Velde was averaging 120 after 2 legs. Next thing you know, it's 2-2. That's why this sport is so engaging. You think someone at the start of a match has
52.
got their opponent by the throat. Next thing you know, they're on an even keel. But Gavlas is in the wind here. This is not good.
60.
This is concerning.
John requires 116.
Double 18.
98.
Well, if you're going to miss it in that spot, you really want to miss it high. Unless Adam leaves a finish, which it looks like he's going to, I wouldn't be shocked if John finds a 6 or a 10 with his next dart. Does that change things, I wonder?
171. John requires
It shouldn't, because the plan
18.
should still be the same, shouldn't it? Because he's still going to have the same amount of darts at the double
Game,
regardless,
John, the
and that
second
is a great
leg.
application for John O'Shea.
O'Shea.
Gavlas will probably be thinking, why now? Why me?
Third leg. Adam to throw first.
Why so serious,
Game
John?
on.
I wonder what it
42.
takes to break Adam Gavlas's concentration. I think if you put him in a rage room and
60.
somebody else was doing the smashing, he would just stand there and watch without any facial expression changes.
So if you was casting for movies, you know we've spoke about John O'Shea and the Joker. You say Adam Gavlas would probably make a good Terminator.
Yeah, I think he'd be a pretty good Terminator. I think he'd make a really good henchman.
180.
Yeah, the kind of person who just guards a door, holds the firearm and just doesn't flinch.
85.
Be a bit like Christian Slater and Austin Powers. I got your orange sherbet.
$136.
He is genuinely unbreakable.
41.
He's in real trouble in this
Adam
game.
requires 143.
He's starting to kick back now, but his expression literally has not changed since the first dart he's thrown tonight to now. The only time it broke, really, when he won his week, was when he finished the whole week off.
65.
It's like someone has told him, you're not allowed to smile unless you are the winner.
59. Adam requires 78.
For the first time in this fifth game of the evening, he's got a little bit of time to use. That's a good job. That's a poor dart. Just doing a mental calculation. He doesn't ask the referee
46.
for help very often. Very astute young man.
$96. Adam requires 32.
Only had one dart at double so far in this game. Missed it. Maybe he can afford to miss this one. With John back at 160. But he doesn't want to. That'll make him feel a little bit better.
Adam Gavlas. Fourth leg, John to throw first.
Look at that. He even wipes his brow slow.
59.
Do you think he's the kind of guy who will get beans on toast for breakfast and eat one bean at a time?
I think he's more like the kind of guy who, by the time he gets to the end of it, needs to put it in the microwave to warm it back up again.
59.
We do mock because he is slightly slower than most of the dart players.
134.
But in a strange psychological way, it actually makes him a better dart player. Because can you imagine the strength it takes for everybody to call you one of the slowest players around? Admittedly, one of the best at this level. But he's not changing for
60.
anybody. He might as well walk out to I am what I am.
I did mention this yesterday as well, though. It takes a lot of confidence, doesn't it, to play at this pace? Because a lot of people will play a little bit quicker to try and sort of dispel any nerves.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. When Adam's playing like this, very effectively, and with his slower pace, which dart player would be annoyed the most by it?
Oh, there's a list of that.
96.
I put myself at the top of it. I just want him to get on with things. Like, certainly if I'm standing behind him. But there are quite a lot of players, aren't there, that just want to sort of get on with things and get the pace going. I think anyone who plays with sort of rhythm and feel would be annoyed by it in a sense. And, you know, again, as we mentioned earlier when we're talking about the room, it's not for Gavlas to change for you, it's for you to adapt to him.
Gavlas is adapting to this game.
140.
Maybe he needed a full house there.
127.
Is O'Shea back in front by 2? That's the question.
57.
Without an answer so far.
Adam requires 146.
Seen some close calls on some big finishes here tonight. A couple of 160 close calls. He's got to push this one in with aggression. Just came out of the hand a little bit late.
106. John requires 70.
It's almost as if John O'Shea is into bat for Derek Coulson right now. And maybe everybody else as well. Bull. Bingo
Game, John,
again.
and the fourth leg.
The Joker is not
John
kidding
O'Shea.
around. And
Fifth
still
leg,
Gavlas
Adam to
shows
throw
no
first.
emotion.
Game on.
Is he going to have one of those crazy, crazy nights? And that's not a Wes Newton reference, by the way. Wins all 4 on the first
59.
night. Night 2, exactly the opposite. It's happened so many times before. I remember when Keelan Kay won all 4 games on a Thursday night in a regulation week, and then he lost all 4 games, and he went through in 3rd position by the tightest of margins that you could possibly think of. Adam does not want to go through that.
I think we'll be having that conversation about the tightest of margins as well, because every time the legs change, the positions are changing
45.
as well.
Seems like everything has changed since Adam lost to Jeff Smith
60.
around about the turn of midnight. It's the funny thing about Group B, isn't it? You can have a great Thursday, but if Friday chronologically is bad, that's the day that can bite you. Because you can play in the early hours, then later on as well. And as we inch towards the day that actually has Champions Night,
125.
you might be clinging on in the early hours of Saturday morning to try and play later that same day.
140.
If you were going to back someone to win this game right now, you'd back John O'Shea.
$127.
Maybe you still would. That last start was not what he wanted. Should go 18s here. That should be the shot.
77.
Absolutely fantastic.
Adam requires 145.
That's not going to go. So John O'Shea could put a huge dent in Adam's Group B campaign if he can find this.
John requires
and it would be John's first victory in this group.
92.
He's done all he can.
Adam requires
If Adam
80.
doesn't hit this, he's going to go from first at the start of the night to fourth with 2 games left. He's not done yet.
Game shot in the 5th leg.
What a fabulous finish under
Adam
pressure.
Gavlas.
And it shows the margins of how games are
6th
won and
leg.
lost.
John to throw first.
O'Shea did
Game
not take
on.
out the 1-2-4. He did the next best thing in leaving the double, but he didn't get the look.
55.
And again, we asked the question, how is John O'Shea going to respond to this? Because so far, hasn't really responded very well to setbacks. That opening game, wasn't it? John O'Shea against Van der Velde started off so well. And then when he started missing those doubles and ended up having a leg pinch from him, never really shown any signs of a recovery.
100. $100.
I wonder how much £25,000 is in Czech krona.
$85.
Yeah, it would be different currencies for these guys, wouldn't it? Be euros for John.
I'm actually quite glad you said that, because I'm going over there soon and I was going to take euros.
$134.
Well, that's a bit of a mess there for
29.
John O'Shea.
Adam requires
Giving Adam Gavlas a couple of
167.
visits now in order to get that breaker throw back. To have the darts and a deciding leg that means so much more to Adam Gavlas. It does do to John O'Shea. John O'Shea playing for a bit of pride. Adam Gavlas playing for Saturday night.
99.
I think Derek Coulson in the practice room is one very nervous kitty right now. That may make him feel a little bit better. O'Shea gets close to the finish again.
68.
Is Gavlas up to the task for the second consecutive leg? Took out 80 and 2 to save the match. Might take out 68 and 2. Absolutely
Games
brilliant.
on the 6th leg. Adam Gavlas.
If you like games that go the distance
7th leg.
and you like
Adam
patient
to throw
play,
first.
you're in the right place.
Game on.
Maybe this guy could get his hands on over 700,000 Czech koruna.
Nearly a millionaire, wouldn't he, if he picks up this?
If you want to go down that route, it's a good job we don't have anybody here from Zimbabwe.
60. $100.
I think Hungary was like that as well. They had quite inflated numbers on their currency.
Yes, that's the forint. Yeah, it would be over $1 million in Zimbabwean dollars.
60.
Oh, we do have a partnership with the ADG. We've had players from South Africa, Kenya, and Botswana.
44.
And maybe we could have our second Champions Week combatant from Africa in Series 12. Devin Peterson did make his way through to the Champions Week in the previous series. But Adam is the first Czech player, of course, to reach this stage of a series. And he's very much in the mix still.
58.
Won't be surprised if we do get another player like that come through, because Cameron Corellison last week, wow. What a performance from him. I think he's going to develop and pick up a weekly title in the very near future.
First game after the half-time break, which won't be very long, I might add, is going to be Jeff Smith and Jurjen van der Velde. They are currently occupying the top 2 spots in this table.
It's a very tight race for third. That is a qualifying position.
60.
Adam Gavlas here only hit the 1 treble out of the 12 darts in which he has thrown. That's why he's getting himself into some real bother here. And now needs a treble. Can't be anything but if he wants to leave a finish.
45.
That's the most emotion he showed tonight. He blinked. Oh, I don't 59. Like that. I really don't. 98 is a horrible number. I like the switch to the 17s with dart 3. I don't know what you think, Matt.
Well, I'm sure we've seen John O'Shea avoid darts like double 19, where he's opted to split it anyway. Now he's going to be throwing it at treble 20 to something he traditionally split.
You could use it as a 3-dart checkout, I guess. You could go 18s first on this. 18 tops.
John requires
66, double 16. Let's find out. You know best,
Game,
John.
shot,
and that is John O'Shea getting a victory. And now Adam Gavlas is in a bit of a battle in the table. He's been stopped by the Joker, who all of a sudden has a smile on his face. He was the better player. He wins by 4 legs to 3. We're at the halfway point of the night, and next it's Smith against Van der Velde.
Welcome back to the action here in Group B at the Modus Super Series on this Champions Week. It's been nail-biting stuff, but that result before the break, John O'Shea's first victory, inflicting defeat on Adam Gavlas. You can see how close all the games have been this evening. Actually, just one short of playing every possible leg tonight. But that result does mean that the winner of the next match between Jeff Smith and Jurjen van der Velde will be through. That's after Van der Velde got the better of Derek Coulson earlier on. Great game until the last leg, and then the nervousness showed, but Van der Velde has now put himself in a very, very strong position. Vincent van der Voort's alongside me, and we can see from the league table 10 points will definitely be enough, so whoever wins this game is going to go through.
Yeah, so a lot of pressure on them, on both of them, but they're both in a good position to fall out. Yeah, I think Jurjen done really well. He was on 4 points. He won both matches, same as Jeff Smith. Adam Gavlas has a nightmare night. So no, twice 4-3 loss.
Yeah, absolutely. He's dropped down now to third place. It's going to be, maybe he doesn't go through as a short favourite to get through before the night.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was flying yesterday, and today he's a little bit off, and you can see what happens. And John O'Shea turned up now.
Well, let's see what happens here. We have 3 names at finals night already. Graham Usher, Jimmy Van Schie and Andy Hamilton. It's time to get number 4. Over to Matthew Edgar and Paul Nicholson.
Yeah, number 4 sounds good. I think we'll all be happier when we know all 6, but let's enjoy the journey. Let's get there one step at a time. So let's have number 4. Who will it be?
First leg, Jeff to throw first. Game on.
I think both of these players would like to be number 4 before we even get to talking about number 5 and number 6. Because imagine if you can get the job done with a game to spare. If I may, Matt, we were talking off the air and we were surmising about how Jeff Smith is going to be finishing his campaign first tonight. And his last game is against John O'Shea. That actually has a bit of different significance now, doesn't it? Because with John getting off the mark, he's got a different amount of confidence and he's going to be feeling better about that game with Jeff later on.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Winning breeds confidence, and he'll be feeling a lot better now he's at least got that win on the board, because you can almost sort of feel, I hate using the word, but you can feel embarrassed, can't you, when you're sat at the bottom of the table, you don't have any points 91. On the board. Certainly on the Champions Week, when you've come here as a winner, the last memory you've got of walking through those doors was leaving with £5,000 and the weekly title.
140.
Well, this
Jeff
one started rather promisingly.
170.
It wasn't a bad game on the previous day either, when Jurjen averaged 104.
94.
Winning by 4 legs to 2.
Jurjen requires 124.
He's had a great leg here. Treble 18.
92.
The door is
Jeff
open for Smith.
76.
But which route will he take? Now we know. Route
Game
1.
on the first leg. Jeff Smith.
Canadians to make Champions Night? It's a very
Second
short
leg,
list.
Jurjen to throw first. Game on.
In fact, a Canadian has made the championship match before. Jacob Taylor came all the way from
100.
Eastern Canada to play in the Series 3 Champions Week. He didn't even win a week. He was a fortunate runner-up. Got the call, hot-footed it back to Portsmouth, and made it all the way to the final, which saw Luke Littler become champion for the first time.
100.
One thing's for sure, Matt, I don't think
97.
anyone's going to get anywhere near Luke Littler's Group B record in a Champions Week. That was back in Series 4. He had 14 points and a leg difference of plus 18. This is a very, very different type of group.
140.
Having said that, Littler was up against players like Steve West and Colin Osborne.
That was always having a conversation about who is the best player without a talk card, and Steve West kept standing there going, it's me.
He had a point.
He certainly did. Many weekly titles here. The
90.
9 darters almost on demand at times.
Is this your way of regurgitating this discussion for the next couple of weeks? Because we've had the Triple Crown over the summer.
60.
That's been put to bed.
Yeah,
Let's talk about who's the
requires
best player without a tour
71.
card again. Maybe that's for tomorrow. Or maybe for Monday morning. For now, it's tops.
51. Jeff
Maybe
requires
it'll be answered
130.
potentially tomorrow by who picks up this title. Because they've all been here in this series.
Now, he believes that he can hit this 60 from the right-hand side. Based on his reaction, he missed it. We didn't know until we got confirmation. He almost picked it
60.
off.
Yeah, and you require 20.
This might have to go.
No score.
Oh, no.
Jeff, you require 70.
Smith for 2-0. This time, it's double 16.
54. Yayan requires 20.
They're both at the same height on the board. Just a little bit of inner self-talk
Game
there from
on the
Smith.
second leg.
As Van der
Yayan
Velde
van der
equalises
Velde.
on double 10.
Third leg.
There's
Jeff
an awful lot of
to throw
chatter
first.
going on
Game on.
in the head of Jeff Smith right now. Either that or he's doing his best Bruce Lee impression again. Boards.
134.
Don't hit back. Imagine if they did. That'd make for a really interesting specials week.
96.
Yeah, if you don't hit the double, the board's going to chase you back to the practice room.
$180.
Smith averaging over 102. It looks very promising.
45.
He could genuinely have an incredible end of summer and early autumn. He is really looking forward to the World Cup in Seoul.
90.
Imagine if he were to go on to win the title later today, because it is Saturday now, and if he were to get a second World Cup singles victory
96.
in Korea.
Jeff requires
I'd say that'd be a pretty
97.
successful period. This could be a successful shot.
Game on
That's
the
an
third
11 darter
leg.
from the silencer.
Jeff Smith.
2 more legs, and he will be coming back tonight.
Fourth leg. Yayan to throw
Well, let's add
first.
some more on that. We forgot
Game
also
on.
there about the ADC Global Championship, of which if he wins this, he would qualify for as well, which would give him a nice big event at the end of the year to look
80.
forward to. £60,000 up for grabs.
And let's face it, that would be an incredible cash injection for someone who is targeting Q School for
140.
2026. The
96.
way these guys are playing right now, I would be very surprised if we see them here next year. But a lot can happen between August and January.
41.
Just ask Luke Littler. When he was winning his second series title, we all thought, well, maybe he's going to go to the tour. He did. He's probably never coming back.
100. $100.
What I like about this young Dutchman, he's shown a lot of composure under big pressure this week. Shows where he's at mentally. Because 6 months
92.
ago, he was not in a good spot. Whoever's around him, parents, sister, management, sponsors,
140.
I tip my hat to all of you
Yeah,
because you've done a
requires
bang-up job
133.
repairing this guy's confidence after what happened last November. 2 double 19s.
117. Jeff
He
requires
did the right thing.
80.
The right thing here is to go to the top.
60. Yayan requires 16.
We are
Game's
tied
on
again.
The fourth leg.
More
Yayan
thrilling
van
action
der
coming
Velde.
your way. The shortest game we've had tonight was 6 legs.
Fifth leg. Jeff to throw first.
And that was when Jurgen
Game
beat John
on.
O'Shea in game 2. No sign of the 4-0s that we had last night.
59.
Why do I get the feeling, Matt, that somebody at the end of this group is going to be going home
99.
by a very, very fine margin?
Yeah, I think I said before a dart was even thrown that I expected this group to be decided on legs difference.
134.
And the more I see, the more I'm just believing into that philosophy. I think we're going to get a very close split in regards to the points, that we're going to be tied. And we're talking at the moment about who's going to be the top 3. We haven't even thought about who's actually going to win this group. And there's only 5 games left to go, which just shows you again how tight it is when there's 4 players looking for that title.
Oh my word, what a shot.
74.
The use of the board in this leg from Smith. He's showing his cricket skills. That's what they call a 9 mark.
68. Jeff requires 134.
Try the treble 18 route again.
56.
Showing his versatility, you could say, but Van der Velde did show that a little bit earlier on when he was beating Derek Coulson. In that match, he had 5 bullseyes. I think
90.
only one of them was to take a leg
Jeff
out.
requires
The rest of them were
78.
approach shots. And he's left 3 bulls. Tops again. This time he gets
Gage
it
on the
right.
fifth leg.
Now he's only 1 leg
Jeff
away from
Smith.
Saturday night. And he knows it.
Sixth leg. Yayan to throw
It's
first.
quite a long way to come for Jeff Smith,
Game
isn't
on.
it, coming over to the UK to take part in Champions Week. I think the minimum requirement when you put that sort of commitment in and that sort of financial commitment
57.
as well to come here to play, you have to be making Saturday night as the minimum.
It really helps when you've got a long-standing,
140.
understanding manager who was willing to send you anywhere in the world. And that is something he's had for a few years now. If there were darts on the moon,
96.
Jeff Smith would go.
$140.
I remember earlier on, after about a leg and a half, I said Jeff Smith was averaging 102. It's a little bit more than that now.
140.
The standard has been sustained. We're talking about closer to 105 now. And eclipsing it. Oh my.
170.
That is amazing.
And I love the fact he came away with dart 3 as well. Great use of the board, great thinking. Leaves it handy, but it may need to go.
140.
It may
Jeff
indeed.
requires 51.
This is for his first Champions Night invitation. Welcome to Saturday
Game,
night, Jeff.
Shot.
You are the
And
first
match,
person
Jeff
through Group B.
Smith.
What a night he's had. He's fought valiantly. 3 games, 3 wins, and with a game to spare, the silencer could be within 23 hours of a Champions Week victory. Canada's best player has just done that. Sensational to beat Jurgen van der Velde by 4 legs to 2. And next, it's Coulson against Gavlas, which is massive.
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where tensions are rising as we approach the end of Group B. We've just learned another Champions Night participant. Jeff Smith has qualified. He joins Graham Usher, Jimmy Vansky and Andy Hamilton. And now 3 needs to go into 2. Jurjen van der Velde on 8 points, 1 win away from qualification. Adam Gavlas and Derek Coulson both on 6 points. So one of them will put themselves in a very strong position here. In fact, if Gavlas can win this match 4-0, that would be enough
First leg,
to see
Adam
him
to throw
through.
first.
Huge
Game
game of darts about to take place. And that defeat against John O'Shea, very, very damaging for Adam Gavlas, who's lost both games tonight, 4-3. At the start of the night, you wouldn't think he'd be fighting for his life, Vincent.
No, especially
25.
after yesterday, he was playing so well. He was placing his darts, first dart in the treble 20 all the time, and now he's struggling a little bit. He feels the pressure.
We noticed it in his first game that you called it at the
57.
time. For the first time, we really saw him not throw straight darts on a couple of occasions, and see it with a 25 score in the first visit of this leg.
It's very difficult with him because he's got to throw it. He's got so much concentration, and he has to work so hard to get him where he wants. That
97.
You're thinking about that. Maybe he should practice a little bit more about rhythm, and sometimes when he's a little bit off, then he concentrates a little bit extra. But yeah, this is the way he plays, and that will always probably be his weak spot.
They both had the exact same fate this evening. 2 games, 2 4-3 defeats.
Yeah, but Coulson was scoring amazingly good against Jurjen. Only the last leg, they both felt the pressure, but he was scoring great, and so was Adam. He was
100.
He was scoring amazingly. We couldn't find the doubles, so they're both feeling the same.
Neither player really getting going in this opening leg yet.
100.
They both will feel that this is the moment that they have to win the match, or else there will be a lot of pressure on the last match for Adam against Jurjen. He wants just a win. I think that will be enough.
139.
What he doesn't want to do here is suffer a heavy defeat and lose
55.
confidence. 3 straight defeats.
Adam
In fact, it would be 4 straight defeats because he lost
140.
his last game of last night as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you want to be back in the winning circle.
$84.
That's why I never understand why you're going for the 18s. You need 2 trebles to go to a finish. That is the same with 140, but when 140 you go with the 20s, you need 1 treble and 2 singles. And you're on the finish now. You have 2 singles and a treble.
Adam
you have 56.
requires
You're losing out
56.
1 dart. You only got 2 darts for the double now, and he's on tops.
Game on the first leg.
Prove me
Adam
wrong.
Gavlas.
Yeah, he's
Second leg. Derek to throw first. Game on.
found it in 1 dart. Just doing the maths, Vincent. Derek Coulson would be through with victory, wouldn't he? Because
57.
he'd be on 8 points. And Van der Velde and Gavlas will be playing each other.
Yeah.
So one of them would be staying there. Gavlas can only get to 8. He might have a better leg
97.
difference, but Van der Velde couldn't get a better leg difference than Derek Coulson if he were to win this match. So
He could win a match, so he has to have more points.
but then Gavlas would stay.
137.
If Coulson were to win this game, whatever the outcome in the game between Gavlas and Van der Velde, he'd be through.
55.
It's a good feeling, but it is so close, but also so far away now. Yeah, it's not going his way tonight. Adam Gavlas is not going his way as well. So this is a match of who
45.
Who comes above first, who plays his own game, a good game, and can win this match. Look how far this first dart is off the treble. He never had that yesterday. He was always close to the treble or in the treble. And then you see
95.
24 hours later that the world is so different for Adam.
Yeah, and it's strange, isn't it? Because everything we were praising him for last
140.
night, the whole routine, the focus, the concentration, because he was playing well, it looked all to be working and going perfectly, where tonight he's doing the same thing, but it looks like an awful lot of hard work.
Yeah, you can see that if it goes in, it looks always easier than, of course, but
96.
tonight you see he's a little bit off.
Derek requires 122.
Then it costs so much concentration and so much effort to get a little bit of form going.
Trying to slot one in, the treble, which he does, to get a dart at the bullseye.
80.
That's a pretty good
Adam
miss.
requires
If you miss, then
158.
42 is okay. It's better than 25 because the next dart you're going to throw is going to be a 10 or a 6. So you will not miss probably, if you get a shot, of course.
$134.
He's on 25.
Derek requires
It's much
42.
easier to miss the big number. He will go probably now for 10. Ooh, just.
Yeah, gets 2 darts. But, oh, wow. Well, do you know what? Maybe that was a time where he should have stepped back, reset,
26.
and started again.
Yeah, I
Adam
agree.
requires 24.
24 for the 2-0 lead.
Remember, if Coulson wins, he's through. If Gavlas wins 4-0, he's through. He's halfway there.
Game shot in the second leg. Adam Gavlas. Third leg, Adam to throw first.
No
Game
emotion whatsoever. You don't even know if he's happy or not. He's 2-0 up. Playing decent darts. Starts with another maximum.
180.
Winning is what breeds confidence, and suddenly he strikes after getting the first 2 legs.
40.
And Coulson only has himself to blame for losing that second one.
Yeah, it's a little bit. We see a little bit of the Coulson he played on the Tuesday. His doubles were far off, and he didn't get going. The only weird thing about Coulson was today is that his last match he played really well. He was scoring
42.
amazingly against Van der Velde. But now the scoring is off, and the doubles are not there.
He was favourite to win the week before a dart was thrown. If he is going to do that, he's going to do it the hard way.
He made it hard work for himself, that's for sure.
Gavlas could be 3-0 up here, and we'd be in a situation where he'd be looking to break the throw in the 4th leg to qualify.
$58.
And also, Adam is not sprinting to the finish line. He's just having some good shots, but a lot of
60.
shots without trebles, which we didn't see yesterday. It was every time he was a treble or 2 trebles. Now he doesn't have that rhythm or that confidence which he's played with yesterday. Good shot.
134.
He's miles ahead in this leg.
And you have to say that, things haven't gone right for either player tonight, losing last leg deciders in both games. But Adam
93.
Gavlas in particular here is just
Adam
showing
requires 87.
how resilient he is.
Yeah, although he lost the first 2 matches, he never showed any negative emotions or that he's pissed off with something or whatever. He just goes on with his game.
Game on the third leg.
Yes.
Adam Gavlas.
1 away then. 1 away. Adam
Fourth
Gavlas
leg,
from
Derek to
qualifying
throw first. Game on.
for Champions Night, and then there would be 1 place left up for grabs, either Derek Coulson or Jurjen van der Velde. Can he break and get it done here?
140.
And just to
95.
confuse everybody even more, if he wins 4-1, he wouldn't be through. It's still possible for him to go out with a 4-1 victory. So all on this leg to get it done and to be able to relax.
140.
So a really important leg for both players then, because Coulson, he wants to scrape through now. So he needs a couple of legs on the board. Or maybe a win. He still can do it. It's only 1 break of throw in, all of a sudden it's 3-all.
140.
He's found something here. 140, followed by another.
100.
Down to 1-2-1 after 9.
Yeah, we can see he's not happy with his game. This is a very good leg, but his grouping is not the same as it was yesterday and the day before that.
42.
He looks very good in this leg.
Derek requires
He's
121.
100 points in front, plus these darts.
89.
It's worked out in the end. I never really see the value in going for the treble 17 if you're not going to go for the bull.
Exactly. So many people done that. I mean, if you go for a different number, if the 20 is blocked, go for the 19s because you can use the bull with your last dart and make it a lot easier finish than normal.
$84.
So at the very least, this is to delay
Derek
the progress of
requires
Adam Gavlas.
32.
Double 16.
Game on the 4th leg. Derek
So
Coulson.
Gavlas can't go through in this match. He will play again against Jurjen van der Velde.
5th leg.
May only
Adam
need
to
a leg
throw
or
first.
2 if he gets
Game
the
on.
job done convincingly here. So Derek Coulson, could he maybe turn it around?
He must feel that Adam is not playing as well as he did yesterday. So he must fancy his chances to break
58.
back if he scores heavily in this leg.
And playing in this format as regularly as he has,
91.
first to 4, you must never feel like you're out of the game.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. I mean, if you're 3-0 behind and you have the darts in the next leg, it's only 1 break. So it looks, the gap looks bigger than it is.
119.
And we saw many players this week by leading 3-1 and still losing the match. Missing match darts, getting great finishes and be back in the match.
125.
Grouping is getting better. The last start was a little bit unlucky.
We praised Adam by his head and everything was so still. You can see now he's working more. His body
60.
is working more. So you can see he's not feeling as great as he was yesterday.
Yeah, that's true. Good observation. You could see a lot of movement on the previous throw. And the pressure is being applied here.
180.
Yeah, that was the last thing that Adam wanted. that him Coulson hitting 180.
Well, if he hits one straight back, you have to give him full credit.
Definitely full credit for that. Puts a
Derek
pressure
requires
straight back on
105.
Coulson. He goes for the 105. 48 left.
It's almost the reverse of his game against Jurgen van der Velde, which was brilliant at the start, and then they struggled at the end.
89.
This one was a struggle at the start. He's got brilliant
Adam
towards the
requires
end.
84.
Yeah, this is a massive 84 finish for Adam Gavlas. If he wants to go through to tomorrow, this one needs to go to give himself a really good shot, a good chance.
Yeah, he'll be pretty much there. Not yet mathematically, but won't even be a win away. He'll be a leg or two away. The bullseye is the target.
59.
Just whistles past the wire.
Derek requires 16.
Well, I think any one of those darts at double eight could have felt like it was going in.
Adam requires 25.
Especially the second one was really unlucky. Yeah. He got a little bit of a reflection of his dart and didn't go in.
So, another chance for Adam Gavlas. And he wants a target that Derek couldn't find. Double four. He's almost
Game,
there.
Shot. And the match.
Adam Gavlas takes a giant leap towards qualifying for Champions Night. In fact, he'll need just a couple of legs in his final match against Jurgen van der Velde to confirm his spot. Derek Coulson, well, he will be in need of victory. It is going down to the wire, but Gavlas is almost there.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion.
Welcome back to Champions Week, where it's all about trying to join the roll of honour and get the name engraved on the trophy, following the footsteps of the likes of Conan Whitehead, the first ever winner, Raymond Smith from Australia, Luke Littler, who's won it twice. The baton will be passed from Jensen Walker, the Series 10 champion, and Jeff Smith will be there tomorrow night on that stage. If he wins this match against John O'Shea, he will confirm that he's won the group.
100.
John O'Shea already out, but the big games are going to then follow. Jurjen van der Velde needing a victory against Adam Gavlas to secure qualification. Gavlas needing just a couple of legs to make sure, although even if he doesn't get those, it would take a massive win from Derek Coulson to stop him. Looking ahead, Vincent,
97.
it's looking like Derek Coulson may be the one to miss out.
Yeah, we were really surprised by that. He looked so consistent all week. He had one day off, but the rest of the week he played really well. And all of a sudden tonight, nothing seems to work.
If Jeff Smith wins this match, by the way, it'll be a guarantee that he'd be the winner of the group, therefore would be in Group 2 tomorrow with Jimmy Van Schie and whoever finishes third in this group.
95.
I know that Graham Usher and Andy Hamilton will be in Group 1 with the second place player from this group.
139.
So there's something to play for them, for Smith. He wants to be a winner of this group. Give himself a fair chance of
100. John
making
requires
it
40.
to the semi-finals tomorrow.
Yeah, and there's always a few more pounds in the pocket as well. If you win the group, every place you finish higher, actually, you earn a little bit more money.
And you know one
Second
thing about
leg, Jeff
bar
to
players,
throw
they love
first.
money.
Game on.
I think John O'Shea might be starting to wish the group had started tonight because he has been a lot better this evening.
Yeah, you can see he's playing faster than yesterday. He was struggling yesterday with his throw, with his release. And you can see he's playing faster now. Then he throws a little bit harder. The darts are going better in the board. And he looks more confident than that. Now you say he was struggling with the heat yesterday?
Yeah, and he has tried to do something to combat that, actually. He's wearing
91.
A shirt underneath, a cotton moisture absorbing shirt underneath his playing shirt
95.
to try and keep it under control.
Oh, it's good that he tries something, of course.
I think the position he found himself in, he probably needed to try a little bit more than that. 6 darts, maybe.
Yeah, he had a nightmare yesterday. Didn't win a match, losing 4-0, 4-0, 4-1. I think the last three matches, then you know you're going to be out. And then you have to come back and play. And he made the most out of it, so fair play to him.
100.
Great guy, great addition to Champions Week. Lives and breathes darts, still thinks that he's got ambitions to get his tour card back and
Jeff requires 125.
play again in the PDC. Smith will look at treble 20.
105. John requires 161.
He's done everything right tonight, hasn't he, Jeff Smith?
Jeff
Kind of avoided the drama,
20.
hasn't he? Got it done early, won all his matches, could not have asked for any more.
Yeah, exactly. But he was in every match. He was not playing better than his opponent, but he found a way
10.
to win the match, and
John requires
that's really
96.
good. Only his last match was really good. It's 106, I think, average. But before that, he was constantly
56. Jeff requires 10.
trailing. Yeah, often it's about timing, hitting the right thing at the right time. Couldn't quite hit the right thing there, and O'Shea
John requires 40.
has a chance to double his lead.
Game John, the second leg. John O'Shea.
But John O'Shea knows he's going to finish bottom of the table. If he goes on a run and wins his last 3 matches, is that going to,
Third
in a way,
leg,
going to be
John
more
to throw
frustrating
first.
than if he just ended up
Game on.
with no points or 2 points?
Of course, it will be a little bit frustrating because he would.
100.
He's going to think, "Oh, I wish I played like this yesterday." But on the other hand, he knows he's going back, and he knows he bounced back from a very bad day and played all right. So for his next
60.
tournament, he knows that okay, it's still there. Because if you played like yesterday at the game again today, you're going next week to another tournament and you're thinking, what we're going to do now?
And actually, that next tournament may well be back here because he's going to be representing Ireland at the International Pairs week, the week after next.
75.
So you want to leave with a better feeling than yesterday. But I think you will already have that.
85.
In fact, both of these players are in that tournament. Canada are going to be there as well, making their debut. Jeff joined by Dawson Marshall. Hasn't been
59. John requires 136.
seriously for a while. It'd be good to see his return.
I haven't seen him in a while. No, he had a tour card for a while, then lost it, and yeah, we saw him in the World Series or something. And
yeah, beat James Wade in Las Vegas.
Yeah, this was the last time I saw him.
Well, you know what to do, Vincent. Pluto
60.
TV.
John requires 58.
I will be watching, that's for sure.
Double top. And watch out against John
38.
O'Shea if he can carry on playing like this. For Jeff Smith here, it's maybe I'm just sort of making up a story, who knows, but sometimes when you've already qualified, is it
97.
difficult to keep that
John requires
concentration
20.
and that sort of investment in the tournament?
There is
Game
only
John
when
the
you're in
third
a
leg.
very good form, everything
John
goes
O'Shea.
by itself. But if you're not, then you can struggle in these situations. But for Jeff,
Fourth leg.
he
Jeff
needs
to
to
throw first.
find something, because
Game
if you
on.
lose this match 4-0, and this is the last match you're playing, then tomorrow you go to bed and you're thinking, there wasn't there the last
41.
match. And it can be in your head and can be in a little bit.
96.
I can't find the word. It can affect you tomorrow.
There, you got there in the end. It would have been the first time all week, Vincent, that you've been stuck for words.
93.
I have to say, what a fantastic addition you have been to our commentary team here.
It is really difficult to do it in a second language.
43.
That's for sure.
But still making more sense than Henry Deacon.
$100.
Also for Jeff Smith here, a big defeat, and it is every chance that he doesn't finish top of the table, so could drop down, and then he ends up in a different group.
58.
Night.
According his age, he should be in Group A. Eh?
There we'd have a sort of seniors group, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
97.
What a different player today, John O'Shea. Good to see.
Jeff requires 170.
Because yesterday he was struggling with everything.
And his partner at the last, incidentally, his partner at the last international pairs was Shane McGurk, and you could say the same for him today as well.
Yeah. Are they pairing up together again?
Shane unavailable this time, so Conor Heenahan's going to step in.
41. Jeff
The man who's hit
requires
3 9 darters on this
105.
stage.
Oh, really? Oh.
Well, Smith to stay in the match.
Game
He does
John
that with
the
a nice
fourth
clinical
leg.
kill of 100.
Jeff Smith.
And whatever it was.
Fifth leg. John to throw first. Game on.
105 there. Short-term memory loss.
180. $59.
What a difference 24 hours makes. So much more believe in his game.
93.
And I tell you what, Derek Coulson has to win his last match. He's on 6 points. He's got to get to 8 and hope that he's going to be able to do it. Really, he needs Adam Gavlas to beat Jurgen van der Velde, because then he knows a
42.
win's enough. But he'll be sat watching this thinking, oh dear, because his last match is against John O'Shea.
Yeah, exactly. And he's not giving
100.
anything away now. Eh? He wants to win his last 3 matches and go off and go home and thinking, okay, I played well the second day, and I come back in the next series and maybe do a little bit better.
140. John requires
After 9 darts,
128.
That is quality.
98.
Don't know about that.
Yeah, that's not quality. Well, it's the wrong quantity, actually.
It only makes sense if he goes now for 14 double 8 or
100.
something like
John
that.
requires
Don't go straight forward
30.
on 10 double 10.
It makes no sense, but
22.
is he going to get his fingers
Jeff
burnt here?
requires 160.
No, he's going to return. You can see Jeff Smith, look, he's through, he's safe, but still frustrated.
120. John
Yeah,
requires
he wants
8.
to leave here with a good feeling.
Game,
Well, that'll be a good
shot,
feeling
and the match.
for John O'Shea,
O'Shea.
who's been miles better tonight. He gets a second win of the night, a second win of the group. He does it against the league leader, Jeff Smith, already qualified, but it is going to be time to find out who is going to be joining him. Adam Gavlas and Jurjen van der Velde will go head-to-head after the break.
Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie require 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
require
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the
81.
stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
hockey with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think he's gone to bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6 double 7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there, George Gay wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Got
Couldn't get the job
it.
done.
Got it, the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate!
Two more games, and then we will know our lineup for Champions Night, which is going to start in about 19 hours' time. Final game of Group B for these two, and maybe they know exactly what they have to do. The permutations are fairly simple for Jurjen van der Velde and for Adam Gavlas. Jurjen needs to qualify through this game with a
First
win.
leg, Jurjen to throw first.
He wins this game, he's going to be through. It's
Game
as simple
on.
as that. And Adam Gavlas will also be through if he gets 2 legs.
60.
As far as Derek Coulson is concerned, he's the one now who's in the biggest jeopardy. He has to wait until he plays John O'Shea, and by the time that comes, Matt Edgar, he might already be gone.
Essentially needs a bit of a miracle, doesn't it, Derek
27.
Coulson? When you think on the day of one of those big lottery wins, big rollovers, it's kind of the same sort of chance here for Derek Coulson getting through this
43.
group, you feel?
Derek really needs Adam to win this game. Because if Gavlas does win, he would go to 10 points. Jurgen would stay on 8
100.
points. And his leg difference is inferior to that of Derek in 4th position. Meaning, Derek would just need to beat John O'Shea. That's his most realistic route.
97.
Confusing, eh?
I wouldn't expect anything less from this week.
We'll just tick them off as we go through the scenarios, won't we, one by one, and keep you up to date with everything you need to know in regarding the qualification
59.
and who's going to be in the final 6 tomorrow night, or tonight.
I'm sure there are people still watching this
100.
as they crawl into bed, getting excited about what could happen in less than 24 hours. We are going to have a new champion because Scott Taylor failed to make it through Group C.
170.
He may even be home by now. This is brilliant from young Jurgen.
139.
saying that
Adam
3 times
requires
quickly.
145. $105. Jurgen requires 62.
Who takes first blood? Double 16.
30.
It might just be Gavlas.
Adam
After a bit of a
requires
rocky
40.
start tonight, he steadied the ship with a 4-1 victory against Derek Coulson with 4 out of 6 on the doubles. He could use that again. Not close with the first 2.
20.
In fact, not close at all.
Jurgen requires 32.
Very uncharacteristic, isn't it, from Adam Gavlas, or the Adam Gavlas of which we have seen so far here on Champions Week, but I suppose this is where it
Game
matters the
on the
most.
first leg.
This is
Jurgen
where
van
we
der Velde.
could start to see some performances change for better or for worse.
Second leg. Adam to throw first. Game on.
Here's another scenario for you, now that Van der Velde has taken the first leg. If Jurgen wins 4-0 or 4-1, Coulson would just need a win to qualify as well.
135.
Can you imagine a scenario where Gavlas does not get through after the way he played last night?
100.
No, but if
Sorry,
you cash your mind back to the start of the
97.
show, Vincent said the same thing. It's, can he repeat it? Can he do it again? That's the thing with the Super Series, isn't it? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
140.
Have you ever been in a situation, Matt, where you need just an amount of legs to qualify for a next level?
Yeah, it's awful because your mind isn't
58.
just about winning the game. You've got a small task within the task, which makes it tricky. It goes back to that same sort of theory, doesn't it? If you feel you've got something to lose.
140.
Even though Jurgen has the lead here,
58.
he's not showing
Adam
a great deal
requires 86.
in this second leg. Adam's showing something.
Game
Showing
shot
us
on
an
the
11
second
darter.
leg.
at
Adam
1 o'clock in the
Gavlas.
morning. One more leg
Third leg,
for that man,
Jurgen to throw first.
and he will be the
Game
first
on.
Czech player into a Champions Night.
$100.
We have seen Dutch players into Champions Night. We've seen a Dutch winner in Marvin van Velsen. But he wasn't the first player into a Champions Night final. That belongs to Marino Michaels. He lost out to Jim
44.
McEwen in Series 5. I suppose with the amount of players at every level of Dutch darts,
93.
we expect to have Dutch representation in every Champions Week. And over the last few, we have had.
I think we'll continue to have as well. Like you say, the pool so deep, the talent line so strong.
60.
Well, Vincent let the cat out of the bag the other day when he said that Jeffrey Desvaughn is booked for the next series. We haven't seen him here yet. I can imagine him
140.
having a bit of an impact if he finds a bit of form.
Yeah, that patch, didn't he, a few years ago where he was very, very dangerous. The big run he had at the World Match Play as well. Looked exceptional that week.
134.
Yeah, winner of 2 PDC titles. Seemed to have Michael van Gerwen on a plate for about 6 months.
140.
Van der Velde might be taking a 2-1 lead here. Apparently, in this game, he just doesn't know how to play when Gavlas throws first.
180.
Fastest I've ever seen Adam Gavlas throw.
28.
And he found a maximum.
Game
Made no
on the
difference.
Third leg. Jurgen van der Velde.
So if Gavlas wins this
Fourth leg. Adam to throw first.
he will be
Game
through.
on.
And then Derek Coulson will want Gavlas to win the match.
$54.
I would not want to be Derek right now. This is way too much stress for
57.
someone in their late 50s.
I think it's awful on all situations here because it's the same for Gavlas because he needs one leg. He's got the throw here. And he'll probably feel this is his best opportunity, this leg right here, right now, because if he doesn't get the job done here,
100.
he's got to break in the last.
Yeah, good point. Just to give you some sort of indication as to how difficult it is to win a game here tonight, Coulson hasn't won a match.
100.
His averages have been 95, 97, and almost 90. Welcome to Champions Week, everyone.
$100.
If there's one thing we did learn from week 11,
60.
it's that Jurgen knows how to time his run. It was a somewhat comfortable qualification through Group B that week. And then comes Saturday night, he really did find another gear.
125.
Well, he's nearly there now, Gavlas, unless Van der Velde can find a couple of trebles. Gavlas is going to get 6 darts here, and he is 6
85.
darts.
Adam requires
122 points to book his place into the final 6. And he's making a mess of this.
$36.
That doesn't really repair it by much at all. Now, if this comes down by a lot,
99.
I'd say that's enough.
Adam requires 86.
We're looking at a one-leg scenario. If the young Dutchman can take that 100 out, does he get the opportunity? He may not. Double 12. Adam Gavlas
Games
is on the
on
list
the
for
fourth
Saturday
leg.
night.
Adam Gavlas.
He will be the first Czech player to play in a Champions Night.
Fifth leg, Jurjen to throw first. Game on.
Now, the situation is very, very clear for Derek Coulson. He wants Gavlas to win this game. In this situation, are you going for Coulson or are you going for Van der Velde, Matt?
180.
I'd have to go with Derek, I think, at the moment, because I think it was safe to say Gavlas knew the situation of what he needed to do in order to get the qualification. I've never seen emotion from him in the middle part of the game, but just that little flick, that little shake of the head when the attempt at the double 16 went so wayward. I think he's going to relax and play a lot better now, and I think he could be quite dangerous here.
I tell you, darts is cruel.
30.
If Jurjen fails to make Saturday night by the tiniest of margins here tonight, this is just another blow he has to take. Another learning experience about how brutal sport can be.
56.
This is what they don't tell you when you're growing up. You want to be a pro dart player, you think about what the riches could be, the fancy dart shirts. Sometimes you get the free equipment. What they don't tell you is
58.
the bumps in the road. The heartache you have to swallow when your head hits the pillow. This young man knows all about that. He does not want to go through
60.
that again this week. It will happen again in his career at some point. It happens to everyone. But he doesn't want it here in Portsmouth.
$89. Jurjen requires 164.
Shavuzagor's trying to open up the target to try and find a very key, important treble
Adam
20 there to bring himself down to a much more
144.
gettable finish.
He's not going to take it. And this is turning into a nightmare for Derek Coulson. If Jurjen takes this out,
57.
he
Jurjen
will be
requires 64.
501 points away from qualifying and taking Adam Gavlas with him. Double 16.
32. Adam requires 87.
Don't know how good Derek's Czech is. But if he knows any of that language, right now he's saying, come on, Adam, please do me a favour. It's double 5.
77.
It was never there. That's in orbit.
Jurjen requires 32.
Kind of similar to the dart, the double 16, wasn't it? A bit of a flyer.
Game chart in the fifth
That one's
leg.
right on the mark.
Jurjen van der Velde.
It is looking very, very
Sixth
bleak
leg. Adam to throw first.
for the best
Game
player
on.
from Market Drayton. Would you like to change your answer, Matt?
I just find it very surprising that on Champions Week, our two favourites at the start of the week may both not even make it to the final
59.
6. I guess that just goes to show the quality, doesn't it, of all the players in the group and what we've seen unfold over the
96.
last 5 days.
If we are being fair, they've had their chances. This is not open the door, play one game and shut the door. These are long format league situations.
And in the case of Shane McGurk, he had multiple darts, didn't he, to get over the
44.
line and missed his opportunity.
And that's something that he will swallow over the next couple of days and he will bounce back from.
86.
It is a learning experience for all of the youngsters as well. You look at what Shane's done this week. 112, 111 average in the same day. Still wasn't enough.
$81.
Is it just me or is that technique starting to break?
Little lifty, isn't it? There'll be a lift.
60.
Starting to feel the heat as well. Did so last night, but still played brilliantly.
Tiredness and fatigue can come into play, can't it? And that can change the way in which you throw. Dehydration
61.
can change the way in which you throw, because those sort of stabilising muscles will start to not be able to support in the way to let the arm just move like a lever.
If you get to a certain level of tiredness,
133.
you can start playing in an autopilot mode and you don't know what you're doing. Jurgen's got a shot to be safe. And I don't think that's enough for Gavlas.
Jurgen requires 126.
This has been workmanlike at best. He doesn't get a shot.
46.
But he might next time.
Adam requires
We've seen some
156.
incredible shots out this week, including that incredible 1-4-8 from Jimmy Van Schie. The shot of the week, of that there's no doubt. We're not going to see another one. This game has seen one invitation taken.
86.
Are we about to see the
Jurgen
final
requires
invitation
80.
taken for Saturday night? Doesn't want to be late to the party. The party
Game,
is
shot,
going to include
and
Jurgen van der Velde.
Jurgen van der Velde.
The scoreline that Derek Coulson dreaded has come to pass. And that means that Coulson is not going to make it to this Champions Night in Series 11. But that young man who won Week 11 might indeed still win Series 11. 4 legs to 2. And Adam Gavlas did what he needed to do. Jurgen did as well. And they've both made it. So we have our 6. And it's not going to include Derek Coulson. So what Matthew Edgar was saying in the previous game, it has actually happened. The 2 favourites for the title at the start of the week, they're not going to be there on Saturday night. And it just so happens that Shane McGurk and the man from Market Drayton, Derek Coulson, have got something else in common. They're going to play the last game of their group
First leg, Derek
without
to throw
any
first.
hope left.
Game on.
It's going to be a weird feeling for Derek, this one, because he has been involved in the Champions
60.
Night for the last year. He's going to have to watch it live on Pluto TV for a change.
He may even pop in to watch it himself, because I'm almost certain Derek Coulson will be the sort of player who'll be expecting to be here, so he'll be booked here till Sunday.
Has he got a ticket?
I don't think he'd have booked it that way.
I think we'll let him in.
100.
Mind you, if you haven't got a ticket, you're not getting in. Just getting that out there. Just be looking through the record books, in fact,
93.
because Jeff Smith's 10 points and leg difference of +4 looked a little bit low. Looking to see if that was the lowest total ever yielded in a Group B campaign in Champions Week. It is not a record. In fact, the lowest was done in the previous series by Sam Spivey. He had 10 points.
22.
And a leg difference of +3.
Doesn't that just go to show you how tight this week has been? And when we looked at it at the start of the week, didn't we? We says we don't really know who's going to win. We could pick players from all over the place. It was tight. It was close. And then we had that scenario in Group A, didn't we, where we had a very low total going through. We've had it here where it's
100.
just missed out by a leg.
Derek requires a 120.
Yeah, most weeks, Group B is won on 12, 14, possibly 16 points. Derek has done that before. Is he winning the first leg with a ton plus checkout?
Game
of course
shot in
he
the
is.
first
Maybe
leg.
he's going to do
Derek
what
Coulson.
Shane did this afternoon and go berserk for about 7 or 8 minutes.
Second leg, John to throw first. Game on.
But the most popular total for the winner of Group B in Champions Week is 10 points. It happened in Series 2 with Alexander Mertz.
125.
It happened in Series 3 with Jonathan Worsley. And it's also happened in the last 3 series with Steve West, Darius Labanauskas,
91.
and Sam Spivey. The one thing those 3 people have in common, they all
91.
made the semi-finals at least. So maybe that's a good sign for Jeff.
You can tell he's a little bit frustrated here, can't you,
100.
Derek Coulson? Just playing the game a little less deliberate than normal. Maybe just trying to get in the same sort of pace, the rhythm, the flow
93.
of his opponent, John O'Shea.
John's going to be feeling a little bit better after tonight, isn't he? Because he's picked up a couple of wins. He's played markedly better.
140.
It'll be last night, won't it? He'll just be thinking, why can't I just get one win to give myself a little bit of hope today? Keep myself in that race. Very,
60.
very rare do we see someone come through
Derek
who doesn't pick up a
requires
game on the opening day.
170.
I tell you what John's going to do next time he's here. He's definitely going to get a haircut before day 1. Derek? Hello?
Game John, the second leg.
Reel it
Derek
in, me old
Coulson.
China.
What is it about people that are eliminated who then
Third
come up and play
leg,
exceptional?
Derek to
Shane
throw
McGurk took out a
first.
170
Game
earlier as
on.
well, didn't he, after being eliminated and playing with the disappointment?
Well, in that case, if he wants to do what Shane did this afternoon, he's going to need a no-look
55.
180 and an 80 checkout in 2. But that really was impressive, wasn't it?
And a 120 checkout in the opening leg as well.
85.
2 ton plus checkout so far from Coulson.
$121.
not going to lie, it does feel a bit strange that he's not going to be playing tonight.
140.
I remember what Vincent van der Voort was saying earlier this evening. He said, oh, Derek's going to be fine. I was 100% with him. I did not envisage that he would come into his 4th game of the night without a win.
And if you just tuned in, we are telling you the truth. Especially
60.
if you're watching this right now thinking, well, he's averaging 109. He's took out 2 plus checkouts. He's took out a 170. Surely this guy would get through. Somehow he's managed not to. And it's not that he's played bad. He's been mid-90 average
100.
all night.
Yeah, 4-3 loss against Jeff Smith. That's where it all started tonight.
60.
4-3 loss
Derek
to Jurgen van der Velde.
91.
Had the superior average in that game as well. And lost to Gavlas by 4 legs to 1. That one really hurt. And
Game
look what
on
Derek
the
is
third
doing.
Leg. Derek Coulson. 4th leg.
Penny for the
John
thoughts
to
of the
throw
Joker.
first. Game on.
I think in this sort of scenario, you can just actually enjoy it. If someone normally hits 107 against you, you
57.
think, will you pack it in? Will you calm down for a moment? Where in this one, you could probably just stand there as John O'Shea and go, do you know what? I'm actually enjoying watching this performance of Coulson because it's not going to change anything in regards to where John O'Shea's going to finish in the table.
100.
I'm not even sure this performance is going to make Derek feel any better. Because if he wins this leg, he'll be eliminated
140.
by 1 leg. If he wins 4-0, Adam Gavlas will have beaten Derek in the table by 1 leg. Maybe don't tell him that.
Told you it'd go to leg difference.
Yeah, you were right. Wouldn't it be funny
100.
if Derek Coulson has exactly the same average as Shane McGurk from the afternoon? It's very, very possible. I think he has to take that 1-2-1 out to get 111.33.
Derek requires 121.
He's going to hit this, isn't he? He's going to hit this.
78.
Oh, that was very Italian.
John requires
Well,
104.
John O'Shea not managed to have a dart at a double in this game yet, and that's because Derek Coulson is running at an average of 108.94, and you may not get a dart at a double at all.
Well, much like a very famous Italian,
35.
it's time to say goodbye
Derek requires 43.
to Derek Coulson for another series. Or maybe there's an encore.
John requires 69.
Can you imagine Andrea Bocelli saying goodbye to everybody in Italian here at the Super Series? I don't think John O'Shea's into that kind of music.
Game shot in the
But he does have an
leg.
encore. There's going to be
John
another leg at
O'Shea.
least. What if John were to get out of jail here,
5th leg.
find a victory,
Derek to
and
throw
say, well, I
first.
didn't win on
Game
night
on.
1, but I got 3 wins on night 2.
I think it'd probably actually annoy him because he'll be like, why didn't I just get 1 win? Or at least keep the legs difference
140.
tight. So he could have felt like he had an opportunity tonight, but all he's sort of been playing to a bit of pride. And we mentioned
60.
earlier, didn't we, about how he does a lot of sort of coaching and mentorship, and I think he's really, really sort of shown a great message to the people of which he works with about
82.
fighting spirit, never quitting.
You know dart players just as well as we do, Matt, and they're always wanting more. And it reminds me
100.
of a very famous Irish joke where a guy's walking down the beach and he finds a magic lantern and he polishes it and he gets a genie. And the genie says to the Irishman, what would you like for your first wish? And he says, I'd like an everlasting pint of Guinness, please. It appears
23.
he drinks the whole thing in one. And then the genie says to him, what would you like for your second wish? And the Irishman says, I'd have the same again. People always want more.
140.
Dart players are always wanting more. And whoever wins tonight, there's going to be a little piece of them saying, oh, I want to do this again.
100. $81.
Derek's
Derek
average has
requires
tumbled to 100.
156.
That's how well he was playing in the first 3 legs. Is he going to finish with a big number or a small number?
John requires 120.
John might have other ideas. He can't get the tops.
60.
And he can't stop Derek getting
Derek
to double
requires
8.
16. Game.
That
shot.
is a parting
And
shot
the
from
match,
Derek Coulson.
Coulson.
And in the battle of DC versus the DC Comics Joker, it is Derek Coulson who gets the double over John O'Shea. Unfortunately, it's the only win that Derek yields on Friday night into Saturday morning. It was a fabulous performance. Ton plus average, 170 checkout, and the 4-1 victory. Derek Coulson says goodbye to the Modus Super Series for now.
Yeah, Coulson signs off with the victory 4-1 over John O'Shea, who himself was much better tonight. He got a 4-1 win against Jeff Smith, his second of the evening a couple of games ago. But the big one, the one where everything was decided, was Jurjen van der Velde's 4-2 success against Adam Gavlas. And that means that it is now confirmed that it is Jeff Smith, Jurjen van der Velde and Adam Gavlas going through. I suppose, Vincent, we'll start with Derek because he was favourite before a dart was thrown. He's not going to be there at Champions Night.
No, it surprised me because he was so consistent and he was so good during this week. And I was really surprised that he didn't make it.
Yeah, he's been at the last 3 Champions Nights as well, so it'll be a strange feeling for him not to be leaving tonight and not knowing he's not coming back tomorrow.
Yeah, but he only got himself to blame. You can see that in the last match, how when he plays freely, how good he is. So he put too much pressure on himself, and that cost him a lot of matches.
Did we see that a little bit with John O'Shea as well tonight? Well, he knew he was out very early and then starts to win matches.
Yeah, and then you can see he speeds up. He feels a little bit more freely and played a lot better than yesterday. So you have to learn sometimes, and this is a very good learning experience.
Yeah, we wave bye-bye to those two, but let's talk about the players that are through, starting with Jeff Smith, who's won the group. What did he have that took him over the line?
It's not that he played better than the rest, but he did it on the right times. He fought himself in matches, and when he really needed it, he done it, and that was really good of him.
He's got a lot of experience, hasn't he, Jeff? And this tomorrow won't faze him, will it?
No. He's got plenty of experience. He's a calm guy. He knows what to do. He knows how to prepare for these kinds of circumstances. So, yeah, he will be dangerous tomorrow.
Yeah, he'll surely be there or thereabouts. Jurjen van der Velde, a second Dutchman through. Jimmy Van Schie made it this afternoon. He let out a lot of emotion. He was stood on the stage for a while, actually, afterwards, just taking it all in. A big moment for him. Yeah, he knew exactly what to do, and he knew exactly what Adam needed to do to be through. And yeah, when that double went in, you saw his emotion, and he was so happy. And the guy's working so hard. And I said it a couple of times this week after that devastating loss in the Development Tour final against Gian van Veen. He bounced back. He lost his tour card, and he could have easily said, "Oh, it's not me," and hang on in that bad moment and bad feeling. But he got back, and Modus Super Series helped him a lot to gain confidence again. And that's kind of what this tournament can do, isn't it? Because a few years ago, there was nowhere else to go, really. So you're kind of waiting for Q School to come round again, and that's the only way you can see yourself bouncing back.
Yeah, exactly. Now you have something to play for. It's not only that you can come to the Modus a couple of times. If you're an interesting player and you can provide, you show yourself to everybody watching, you'll be invited for special weeks or for something else. So this is very good for potential managers, sponsors, for whoever likes darts. You can show the world how good you are without having a tool card.
Adam Gavlas, we were sat here at this time yesterday really praising how well he played. Is he the one that kind of got there in a bit of an ugly way tonight?
Yeah, he scraped through. He wasn't anywhere near his form from yesterday. So he will be going to bed and thinking, I have to do something else tomorrow, because if he plays like this tomorrow, he will not win.
Well, we do now have our 6 players that will be fighting it out at Champions Night on Saturday. Graham Usher, the Group A winner. From Group B, Jeff Smith, Jurjen van der Velde and Adam Gavlas. And Jimmy Van Schie joined Andy Hamilton in coming through from Group C. And we can now reveal the groups for Champions Night, which gets underway at 7:30 on Saturday. Usher, van der Velde and Hamilton in Group 1. Smith, Van Schie and Gavlas in Group 2. The Dutch players are separated there. Is there a clear favourite in each group?
For me, in Group 1, not really. If I have to be honest, it's very close, and in Group B, it's same. I mean, you would say Van Schie is a little bit of favourite. I think Gavlas need to play a lot better than he did today. In Jeff Smith, he was up and down, but he was there and about. So it's going to be really tight. For me, Jimmy Van Schie is the favourite in Group 2, and in Group 1, I think they're very equal.
It's a good mix of players as well, isn't it? You've got 3 players that have got a lot of experience. They've been on the tour, they've done it, they've had big successes in the past. Actually, a lot of them have spoke about runners-up. Andy Hamilton did the World Championship runner-up. Jeff Smith, World Championship runner-up. Graham Usher, World Seniors Championship runner-up. And then you've got the 3 sort of emerging talents in Jimmy, Adam and Jurjen.
Yeah, so a very nice mix, and see how they handle the pressure tomorrow, how they handle the occasion. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see who's going to win this one.
Yeah, and with every week here as well, the full week is played without an audience in the room, and then suddenly it's packed and it's a big occasion. Who will that suit more out of the players that are involved?
A player like Andy Hamilton will not be intimidated by that. It's going to be a different environment to play in. I think it will be very interesting how Jurjen van der Velde will handle that, because he's a very shy guy, he's a very quiet boy. And some others like Jimmy Van Schie will rise above it, because a lot of people come here and cheer him on. Absolutely.
There'll be another name on the trophy at the end of Saturday night's session, joining the likes of Conan Whitehead, who won Series 1. Luke Littler's on there a couple of times. We're not going to see a repeat name this time around. Jensen Walker was the last winner, but tomorrow we will find out who will be taking the crown in Series 11. We've spoken about the positioning of the Modus Super Series in darts, Vincent. For these players, how much does it mean to have their name on this trophy?
I think this is one of the biggest tournaments you can win in amateur darts. I mean, you have got the global championship, you got Lakeside, and then you have this. This is up there. You have to win a week, and then you have to win a finals week as well. So for me, it's maybe even above those 2.
Vincent, I won't ask you for a name tonight. I'll let you sleep on it. So we will reconvene tomorrow for Champions Night. Thank you for your company this evening.
No problem.
And yeah, we have got plenty coming up on the channel here on Pluto TV. Straight after this, we're going to relive Week 3, John O'Shea's finals night victory. 4 p.m, Bo Greaves is doing a tungsten talk. And at 4:25, an audience with Phil the Power Taylor that was held here at the Live Lounge in front of an exclusive audience. You can watch the whole thing in full at 4:25. But then the big one, 7:30, Champions Night, 6 players in the field fighting it out for £25,000, the name on the trophy, and a place at the ADC Global Championship. It's what they've all been playing for the last 13 weeks, and it's all going to come down to one night of action. Make sure you're here on Pluto TV. We'll see you then.
So receiving the trophy.
Gains on the force line.
£25,000 the new Modus Super Series champion.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie McGuire, 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
McGuire,
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
The moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
McGuire,
Yoki with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone. I think he's gone to bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust. And
39.
on that situation there, George Scaife wasn't even able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
McGuire,
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy. Couldn't get the job done.
The match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!